उड़ा मैं नींद से, देखा जो सपना वो सच था। घर पे एक कुत्ता है, गाड़ी 2-4 दोस्त और एक स्टूडियो मस्त था। बस अभी तो लगा पैसों का है चस्का, सब कुछ लगे अपने बस का। म्यूजिक में नशा मैं झूमता ही रहता, पता मुझे करूँ क्या इस कश का। मेरा शहर मेरा घर मेरा दिल यहीं, मेरे दोस्तों से सही कोई महफिल नहीं। मैं बाहर ज्यादा घूमने पर मन रहता घर पे, यहाँ हफ्ते से ज्यादा घर पाता कहीं फील नहीं। इस हवे में गम है खुशी, इस हवे में जोश सब कर लूंगा खुद ही। ऊपर से साथ मेरा क्रू, सब कुछ है सॉर्ट गिव अ फक अबाउट हू। ज्यादा कमाने का शौक बचाने का कम, उतना ही खाते हम जितना हजम। माँ बाप के चेहरे में दिखती जो खुशी है, लगा नहीं सकता कोई उस पे रकम। खुद पे नाज भी है, कुछ हमसे नाराज भी है। वक्त ना रोक सके हम तो किसी ना किसी का छूटना लाजमी है। भूख तो आज भी है, बस बदल गया थोड़ा मेन्यू। पार्टी तो आज भी है, बस बदल गए थोड़े वेन्यूज। बिजनेस तो आज भी वही, बस बदल गया है रेवेन्यू। सेकंड हैंड गाड़ी का शौक, पर बाकी सारी चीजें लेते हम ब्रांड न्यू। नए सपने नए मौके नया दिन, चल पड़े हम करने चेंज अपना सीन। हो इंसान तो बदलते रहेंगे शौक, तो करते रहने फरा हसल till I'm gone, नए सपने नए मौके नया दिन, चल पड़े हम करने चेंज अपना सीन। हो इंसान तो बदलते रहेंगे शौक, तो करते रहने फरा हसल। करना मुझे जो मेरा दिल करे, वही मेरा बिल भरे। मेरे साथ लोग भी कहानी मेरी फील करे, मेरे हर खर्चे की रात से ही फीस भरे।
हेलो, good morning. Good morning in the middle of the night. Yes, sir.
He barely has double digits when it comes to
Good morning in the middle of the night.
Massive difference, but something that already has talked about before is that this doesn't
Hello,
matter.
hello,
His
दोस्तों.
teammates in LEV Academy, the LEV
Welcome,
players
welcome,
that were lifted
welcome.
up for Masters, they proved that that experience doesn't matter. But today is going to be his greatest
भाई
challenge.
साहब,
He's going against
क्लर्ज भाई ये राखी सब लड़कों के लिए इतनी महंगी क्यों? मेरे 4K उड़ गए। वाओ, this is what I wake up to, bro. मैं क्या सोया भी चैट? मैं जो 1 घंटे सोया हूँ ना, holy shit, that was a beautiful sleep.
These kids are all right though, Vance.
That was a beautiful sleep, chat.
Coaching staff again when
Not gonna lie.
joined in, but also with the newcomers coming through with also diving.
और फिर मैं सो के उठ के
very good since then. And yeah, this is not looking too
मैंने
good
सोचा
in
कि
terms
एक
of
शॉर्मा
like
खा
the
लेते हैं।
if you're comparing
एक
NRG
शॉर्मा
to
मंगाया और वो
LEV,
आ
but
भी
I
गया
definitely
भाई।
do think
10
that
मिनट
Valorant
के अंदर
has
आया,
what it takes
10
to come around and
मिनट।
be a really true dark horse and a chance to get back to Sao Paulo.
ब्रो ये सब चीजें इतनी एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजिया हो गई है ना, मजा आ गया। Why not Harsh live stream? I don't know, bro.
That's the most international experience
Ask
that
him.
any of them have. Well, you look at the other side. On top of winning champs, the amount of events
I wanted to
made,
watch
even
something,
this year,
I'm watching
which is
it.
something that Ethan was talking about, of compared to last year and this year, what we have going into the last part of the year is this year at least we've made some international.
Loud energy for the win.
I mean, it's two different stories, right?
मैं बोलता हूँ NRG and LEV.
They're not done yet, you know. They still got it. They want to prove that as well on the server. And the young guns, they are shooting for the top. They want to achieve what these other players have already. Now, let's send it back to Riff and hear from Davi.
WH.
And Javier has talked about improvements. Yes. All throughout you guys
दिखता भी उसके जैसे है ना बे,
coming into the game.
सदाक भाई के जैसे।
What has been the
पोल
most
पोल लगा
important for
रहा
you personally? What do you feel like?
सदाक भाई के जैसे दिखता भी है।
I think there's no specific thing. I think just the time between the group stage and playoffs, it helped me a lot. And yeah, I'm working on myself. That's it.
Good luck.
ऐसा नहीं लग रहा कि सदाक भाई रीइंकार्नेशन?
Well, which teams?
बस सदाक भाई जिंदा है, वो बात अलग है।
Brazil. Those are the glasses, that's right. You just need to update it on the
You chat shawarma is shawarmaing, bro.
But yeah, in terms of
Shit is
predictions,
shout out,
did you
shout
guys
out
have
is
a
shit
hard
मेरे
time
भाई।
with this one? Nope, okay.
Nah.
Nah.
Energy.
Okay, he's just saying it straight up. Let's take a look at our predictions. Energy, not across the board though. Okay, we got some allowed levers.
You confidently said no on loud.
Yeah. Loud
एक बंदा बोल रहा है 100 दिप जीतेगी।
incredible, and that match that we just saw yesterday, that was.
मेरे को भी लग रहा है 100 दिप का full की खत्म।
Playing incredibly fast. You saw them going for the side hits. What?
But what did they play against?
Bro, राखी दिखा Instagram पे डाला है, दोस्त देख लेना।
Ethan, she's the champ.
क्लर्ज भाई love you, चुम्मी तो दो।
Have been looking
चुम्मी मेरी
pretty good.
जान।
No, you're going
In
to
the
be seeing
play-ins.
the way speed at which Loud
भाई
is
अमेरिका
playing.
देखने में पर एक
This is
अलग मजा
Paper
आता है,
X.
पता है चैट?
Paper X
मजाक से
like team
कैसे
that we're
लगता है
looking
मसाला
at
है।
in Americas, and that
कुछ
is
पूरा
not
रो
something
दिया,
that
देखा ना
we've
मैंने?
seen before. That is something that Energy hasn't faced this year just yet. So
what I'm
I am
hearing?
super.
I'm hearing recency bias.
You'll see.
I mean, I guess I will see. We'll find out. Why did you go for NRG so confidently?
Like I said, it's Ethan, two-time champions. The only thing maybe I'll give the caveat for Loud maybe getting an upset is that these two teams haven't played since last year, 2025. So there is a chance to bring out something new here for Loud. But there's just too much when it comes down to technicality and also preparation that NRG has.
काफी enjoy करता हूँ मैं NRG का game यार.
Mess against Brock's Odin.
Blink.
Exactly. My point is done.
Well, I think we're in for
130 VCT में हक देते और redouble से कैसी थी? While के groups अच्छे थे यार.
They want to punch their ticket to Sao Paulo. NRG and Loud are ready to take the stage on day 2 of the stage 2 playoffs, which will start right now, right here in the Blizzard Arena. So don't blink.
क्या
Don't want to miss
कॉफी
any
बनाई है भाई मैंने?
Keep it open.
क्या कह रहे हो? कॉफी पाउडर में पानी डालने को कॉफी बनाना नहीं कहते? ऐसे मत बोलो यार. TL जीत गए मेरे भाई. 2-0. दोनों मैच डोमिनेशन.
Playoffs comes with a lot of pressure.
How to escape Valo Compy rank dark system? Compy dark system?
In my opinion, historically.
What is dark system मेरे भाई? तो कितने लोग आ गए? 50 लोग आ गए? 50 भी आ गए तो बहुत. 30 लोग आ गए.
Loud is, I think, a very young team, and they play like it as well. They play with a lot of confidence.
बस 30 लोग ही जागे हुए हैं. रुको Instagram पे स्टोरी डालनी पड़ेगी.
NRG, the guys have Ethan. He's the GOAT. Think mad on the defuse now. Can you stop this guy? Please stop it. You can. Ethan's able to find 4. We are a good team, and we have to prove that. I wanna win.
रूम में लाइट ऑन करके खेलो. डार्क सिस्टम छोड़ने के लिए बाबा.
This is too slow. It just doesn't even matter. TKZ just needs to high. Loud. They're looking fresh. They're looking fly. They're looking here to dazzle us in our playoffs.
अमेरिका के मैच की वॉच पार्टी हो रही है.
It's time. Chegou a hora de conhecer o primeiro time classificado para São Paulo e eles estão loucos para jogar na frente da torcida. Make some noise. Faz o L para Loud.
Loud.
This Loud team has been bringing surprises match after match, but now this is the match that matters the most to them. The qualification for Sao Paulo, getting the chance for some of their players to play in front of their home crowd.
If Narrate performs good in Shanghai, what do you think about his value?
International as well towards the end of the year.
Narrate हमेशा से ही अच्छा था.
First time, and they have
उसको टीम जमी नहीं.
They have the time to prepare. They're bringing new compositions. They have insane fraggers that everybody has been praising. It feels like a complete team. They can't surprise anybody, but the question is, can they also surprise our last year champs in NRG? It is not going to be an easy match, but something that the Loud players have talked about is the confidence that they have. They know that the experience, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Loud, when they won Masters recently, they proved it, and now for Loud is the turn to do the same thing.
डाल दिया स्टोरी.
Let's bring out their opponents, your 2025 champions. Make some noise for NRG!
Woo! My dual Riveton just said it right there. Walking out our 2025 champions and NRG. Not only that, going to the stage number 2 where they have to redefine a little bit their play style and trying to figure out how to match up against some of the top teams that they have within their group of Alpha, and they play that to perfection. They're currently 5-0, but the most important thing is that they've been pretty much in a 100% win rate in all of their maps outside of Sunset. So when it comes down to that, you have to have a deep understanding of how NRG plays, while NRG, they still have 2 maps that they haven't shown. That gives them a chance now to come out with aces under their sleeve. We're talking about potentially bringing out some Ascent, re-showing their split, for example, or maybe even trying out their Abyss. Brock mentioned that it was one of their best maps in last year, and they're able to bring it back this year once again. It's a tough team and a tough series that Loud has to face up against.
I think if we're looking at the maps here in general, they have similar map pools and tendency.
Yes.
Split and Sunset are out, so the permabans from both of these teams getting out of the way. Now we do get to see Ascent, a map that we haven't seen either of these two teams play for a very long time.
This is a fun one for both of these teams because as much as I talked about the map pool for NRG, it was the exact same going out for Loud. They got rid of Split and Ascent going to the stage, and now they want to test it out when they have a chance to make it to Sao Paulo. So this is a big test for Loud, and for NRG, Energy, I feel that it's different here, Dan, because they have the confidence of already getting so
let's go.
This is a great scenario as well for both of the teams, but especially on the side of Loud, when you know that the other side.
We almost forgot Doshia BME से गया KC हाँ ना भाई. BME से ज़्यादा बड़ी बात है भाई Doshia RNTX से गया है.
Could be studying, could be trying to understand, could be trying to read those patterns, but when that's not a VOD, that is not a possibility, then you're relying more on what is happening in that moment. That's why this matchup between the two IGLs is going to be so important. Who is able to control that pace? We talked about NRG, some of the things that they can do, especially on the map of Ascend, where KO is still a possibility. And what we talked about on the other side too, for Loud, they likes to keep it running. They like to run it down. They like to play it fast. Both of them very unique, but also very dependent on momentum, on the ultimates, on the early things that are going to become available for them to take these rounds. Because, you know, for Loud, that win condition, I think
NRG easy win.
Them closing
easy win तो नहीं है मेरे भाई.
Once it goes to 3, once it goes to Lotus, I think
easy win जिसको भी लग रहा है तो बहुत बड़ा delusional लोग हैं.
We have a slight delay on stage, and while that is being resolved, I do want to talk a little bit about the emotional side of things here, because obviously, you know, for the champions, energy, this is just
reincarnation.
office, but I think for a lot of individuals on the Loud side, like Luxo and Dickerson, like this
यार नई वाली Loud तो मचा रही है. Strongest team कौन सी है अभी globally strongest team तो NRG है.
Emotions, pressure perhaps, or motivation.
Yeah, for the
दो मैप
first
OT
time
जाएगा.
ever as well. We think about Loud. We think
क्या कह रहा है अमेरिका बिना OT के नहीं हो सकता.
Maybe those internationals that they made back then, those
भाई Loud के जो नए लड़के हैं ना दोस्तों, ये लोग मचाते हैं भाई full.
This is a new team with new names trying to prove themselves, and Luxo is just one of the most standout ones recently. His stats, the way that he's been playing on the chamber, and even the things that he was doing last year when the team was finding no success towards the end of the year, is something that nobody else can compare to.
Yeah, we started at the top of day talking about 4 teams that have found a lot of consistency going to the playoffs, and Loud has been a little bit of a late bloomer going into the consistency or the promise that this roster could bring. I think ever since David joined the roster and also that they had Darker and then switching those roles. So you put Luxo into the chamber role, but then you also kind of switched out with the responsibility of Herde as the IGL and more into the controller role and testing out Darker on a Phoenix, for example, on a Haven. It's been working out for them to have such a strong, fast-paced, aggressive style versus Furia that they could also bring on Ascent for the first time.
आसपास के साथ था last year.
That is incredibly flexible, but when it came down to defining who was going to be playing that secondary duelist,
बिना tech boss के अधूरा है.
Millie was talking about it.
मैच दिन में हो रही है, उनके उधर तो दिन हो रही होगी ना.
दोपहर मतलब. We're trying to figure out what is the most comfortable for our IGL. Is it going to be the Phoenix that he played towards the end of the group stage?
ये तो मैं क्यों खेलने गया भाई यार, वो भी लड़का मेरे को बहुत मस्त लगता था यार.
It was insane. He's able to play just
Artisan mousepad worth it है मेरे भाई. Artisan से अच्छा mousepad नहीं देखा मैंने.
Also, you know, not being part of that chaotic fight that happened for Darker.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how he was playing already when he first started on the stage, being picked up here to join this team for Loud in the stage 2. So he was already playing the controller role in the first place, and then now as you're switching things back and forth and testing things out. Like I said, that's probably the reason why Loud has been a little bit of a late bloomer going into this matchup here. But after seeing the results and how they played against Fury yesterday, where Fury had such a hard time figuring out how to play on their map pick of Haven, it does show to me that maybe there's potential of upsets, as you mentioned here, Dennis, allowed to play against NRG.
अबे ये लोग है future यार, ये लोग है future ब्राजील के. आसपास सब खत्म है, ये लड़के लोग हैं फ्यूचर. कोई अच्छा सा माउस बताओ ना. VXR1 Pro ले ले मेरे भाई. FX Zero Soft एक्स्ट्रा सॉफ्ट भाई. सॉफ्ट एक्स्ट्रा सॉफ्ट मीडियम ये सब ना तेरे इस पे डिपेंड करता है तेरे को कितना सॉफ्ट ये चाहिए. मतलब मूव करते समय कितना तेरा माउस अंदर धसे माउस पैड. सॉफ्ट बेस्ट रहता है जितना मैंने यूज किया है. एक्स्ट्रा सॉफ्ट वगैरह की तरफ जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. सॉफ्ट ही बेस्ट होता है.
Part of it also comes from the psychologist, the performance coach that they have. They have praised him constantly because of everything that he's able to bring and support the team with, and that is something that for a team full of rookies you absolutely need. For a team that is under pressure, for a team that is never going to be favored, even if they keep winning here, even if they win against NRG, people are still going to expect Loud to be dropping to the lowers. They're never going to be expected to be making it all the way till the end. That is something that they have to prove themselves, and the confidence that they have is something that I haven't heard from teams in such a long time. Honestly, last time that I heard this kind of confidence was when Level winning and going on that run in Masters.
Yeah. Those young players, man. They come in with confidence. Us Unks cannot relate to that.
That's why I think it's NRG that's going to move forward, right? Just because I'm an Unk, but also for Loud, or the community thinking from the outside in that is not ingrained to have followed Loud as like as super fans actually since partnership. You would think
Best
here
mouse
that
for
if
10K.
Loud cannot move here
10K में
to
देखो
the
आपको
top 4 in Sao Paulo, they could at least
Razer
make it
Viper
with the lower
V3 Pro
bracket
मिल
run,
रहा है
because
क्या?
let's face it here, the lower brackets has a little bit weaker opponents on that side in terms of them going up and down in the results, still trying to find their identity here. So there is still a chance that Loud will make it no matter what here to Sao Paulo as the top 4 in the Americas.
बना ली है मैंने यार.
Energy today, again, a tough one. I'm going to keep repeating myself until I'm proven wrong after this first map.
That's how we will. That's how we
ऐसा लग रहा है साला सो क्यों उठाऊं बे?
We're still resolving the little delay on stage.
अरे अमेरिका में टेक पॉज क्यों होता है गेम चालू होने की पहले ही?
Acho que a melhor versão da Loud.
Uau!
É uma Loud muito.
Mas थोड़ा और सो जाता है यार.
Porque
Klurge, I really want to know if you work with Zepto. Yes मेरे भाई करता हूँ
até nos
यार.
treinos, nós conseguimos fazer um
घर चलाने के लिए सब करना पड़ता है मेरे भाई.
que uma Loud muito energizada no stage, com
जिम
TKzinho
छोड़ दी.
gritando.
नहीं मेरे भाई जिम क्यों छोड़ूंगा?
Sentado, porque eu não levanto. Mas é uma Loud muito energizada, tendo boas reações, rápidas reações no mapa e entrosada.
आ गया सुनसान चैट बॉक्स में. वाह.
Davi is just one of the guys that we're looking at that we were also trying to guess for those drawings. That was actually but this guy, I don't think anybody was thinking about him on who Loud was going to pick up last minute, who was going to be that upgrade from maybe those more experienced players.
यार तू मेरा ऑर्डर लेके trust me chat देखो देख लो. You can confirm अमेरिका और टेक पॉज.
And he
का मैच देखा?
started performing,
देखा ना मेरे भाई?
matching with the team.
पूरा देखा?
Yesterday, I
बहुत
think
पार्टी
was
किया
the
अपन ने
first
यार.
time that we saw him.
भाई मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा था चैट. अबे तुम लोग को पता है ये स्ट्रीम ना, ये वाली जो स्ट्रीम थी ना, मैं यूजुअली क्या करता हूँ जब भी खत्म हो जाती है ना EMEA की स्ट्रीम, तो EMEA की स्ट्रीम 12 बजे से पहले खत्म होती है. बहुत बार ऐसे हुआ है, तो मैं एक दिन बाद का स्केड्यूल करना पड़ता है ना. मतलब 29th आज 29th है, पर मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा था 29 कल का दिन है, तो मैंने गलती से 30th में कर दी स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल. मैंने अपनी स्ट्रीम खोल के देखी, मैंने बोला लाइव इन 25 आवर्स क्यों दिखा रहा है. एक दिन बाद की स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल कर दी थी मैंने. मां कसम, विजनरी.
Probably a missing piece that was there. I think filling the big shoes of Khalid, who's been a world champion in the past,
Ronaldo
was kind of big shoes to fill in such a prominent organization as Loud. But Davi so far in his last matchup here is starting to prove that.
Yeah, I mean, he's played his best match in America thus far. And also, for him to be able to stand out alongside the teammates who've all just been standout players, like, I think it's hard
Future
to
ka
make
soch
some
rahe.
noise when you're just surrounded by greatness like that.
Yeah, they all got their moments for sure when it comes down
Hi,
to the roster
bhai.
from top to bottom across the board for this team. But I think also at the same time, when you're looking at the other side of the stage when it comes down to energy, from top to bottom, every single one of those players could also frag. I think the biggest question, yes, it will come down to how will you approach this map of
पेपर एक्स या फिर जनजी में से एक को जीतना पड़ेगा, तो जी क्वालिफाई हो जाएगी.
If you're looking at energy and
दोनों में से कोई भी जीतता जी क्वालिफाई.
criticize a little bit in terms of how they've been evolving throughout the stage, is trying to find at least a comfort for the IGL of Ethan. So yes, it was a little bit hard when he was trying out some neon during the off season. He was trying to play a little bit of Phoenixes here and there, but then it seems as though the KO works quite well.
अपर ब्रैकेट फाइनल है ना. हाँ, अपर फाइनल.
Map pool where a
तो
lot of these maps could
G2 वाले जो है ना, जो G2 के सपोर्टर होंगे, मैं तो नहीं हूँ, आप लोग में से कोई ना कोई तो करता होगा. वो लोग चाह रहे होंगे आज NRG भी जीते और LEV भी जीते, ताकि G2 क्वालिफाई हो जाए. लाउड वर्सेस फुरी हाइलाइट्स देखे नहीं मेरे भाई.
He is a player that is able to do it when it comes to getting an ace.
सबसे लेफ्ट बैठने वाला गया था.
An insane amount of first kills, running it down in the neon, getting some crazy kills,
and
crazy assists on the harbor. It doesn't matter what he's playing. This is a player that you can rely on no matter what. Whether again it comes to what he's playing, how he's playing it, or outside of the server. I think something that we talked about towards the beginning of the year.
Usually,
funnily enough,
अगर आपको कुछ गेम के बारे में सीखना है ना,
they won champs, they were struggling with energy. They were
तो वॉच पार्टी स्ट्रीमर से देखा. मैं क्योंकि मेरे को याद है जब मैं देखता था, जब मैं स्ट्रीम नहीं करता था, तब मैं टेरिक की स्ट्रीम्स देखता था. जनरली जब फन होती थी टेरिक की स्ट्रीम्स. मेरे को नहीं लगता कि बहुत लोगों ने टेरिक का फन वाला एरा देखा है. मतलब जब टेरिक को 1 लाख वॉचिंग आती थी, 1,50,000 वॉचिंग, ऐसे कुछ आती थी, 2 लाख वॉचिंग आती थी, तब मजा आता था भाई. तब वो अलग ही सीन था बे. डार्क लुक शो
freedom and looseness for the players to pick the agents that they want to play.
आजा
So now
भिड़ले
that you have the opportunity to see a little bit of
टिप्स दो गोल्ड के बाहर जाना है
on a map like Breeze.
अपने एम पे काम कर मेरे भाई क्रॉसर प्लेसमेंट देख
that in the cove kind of like Storm used to as well, and this could be an awesome
अभी तो वॉच पार्टी बंद कर दिया। अरे तो हो गया कितने साल करेगा भाई 2 साल बाद मैं अगर वॉच पार्टी करता हुआ दिख जाऊं तो बता दो मैं भी 2 साल बाद मोस्टली नहीं कर रहा हूँ भाई
But what happens when you cut their comms? Let's check this out.
अरे चालू करो।
Yo, what's good, y'all? I'm NRG Scuba, and this is NRG Mata, and today we're playing Muted Comms. Who is your IGL?
Who is my G2 qualifies? If MIBR defeats 100 thieves, they qualify. They have a good chance.
In-game leader.
MIBR defeats 100 thieves.
My IGL, Ethan.
मेरे भाई कितने दूर की बात कर रहा है?
Where do you wear swimwear?
2 साल बाद आपकी शादी हो जाएगी।
Where do you? Do
What?
you? Where were you? Do you? Do you wear? Where do you wear?
I actually have no idea.
Where?
Thank you, Atisha ji. Thank you for the 180.
Where?
Where?
Swimwear.
Thank you for the huge 180, Atisha ji.
Swim.
Thank you for the compliment as well.
Where?
Swimwear.
भाई finally उफ पहुंच गए ascendant solo क्या बात है?
I can't use my hands.
You can't do it?
क्लच पे जल्दी यार नींद आ जाएगी वरना पे चालू करो यार।
Who? Do you?
भाई यार अमेरिका कब से एक टेक पॉज रीजन बन गया है यार चैट
Who do I look?
है चैट कब से अमेरिका से एक टेक पॉज रीजन बन गया है भाई मेरे को लगता है जब से मैंने अमेरिका देखना चालू किया तब से अमेरिका में टेक पॉज चालू हो गए भाई ये रीजन में कभी टेक पॉज नहीं थे आज ये लोग EMEA को ऐसी टक्कर दे रहे हैं मैच के पहले ही टेक पॉज वाओ अरे दिस शो
Name.
Bambi?
No, bro.
He's trying so hard to email.
हाय हर्ष भाई
Why am I yelling?
I'll hear it.
Name.
अमेरिका नॉट अमेरिकाइंग मैं बोल रहा हूँ अमेरिका ने कहना छोड़ दिया है
Your.
शुरू करवा वरना एक व्यूअर कम हो जाएगा
Name your favorite duelist.
चालू कर दो
I gotta
ये
use
सब
my hands.
बेशरम लोग हैं बे
Name two duelist agents.
Say it again.
Name two duelist.
I don't know what that means. Go again.
Waylay, Jet, Neon.
Jet.
Name two duelist.
Duelists. Name two
Agents.
Name two
duelist agents.
Name two duelist
वाओ
agents.
W2
Waylay.
There we go.
Boom. That was muted comms. It's actually a lot harder than I thought it would be.
बे यार ये चैट ये लोग सड़ा रहे हैं अमेरिका चलो बाय चालू कर दो
Those are hard. I think they did pretty good, honestly. That shows the synergy that they have, because yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. Of course, we're not.
इसने देखना बंद कर दे
They will have an easier time in game for sure.
Yeah, they're also.
But how do I किसी को स्ट्रीम हो लवी मेरे भाई
Awesome to watch here outside of the server as well.
भाइयों को प्यार देने के लिए धन्यवाद
You're always just good buddies, and it's nice to see that synergy.
चालू होगा lock in yep we're playing Ascent yes sir
Mata is always like the
भाई Ascent so fresh
but when it comes down to something
so fresh chat
Scuba has been doing an excellent job at that as well. But
good morning Beck
this
welcome to stream
I'm seeing some agents
hi Loki
on some screen, so we might be going back
yes
into a
sir
matchup quite soon
Neon
here.
Phoenix
Yeah, let's talk again.
Neon Phoenix Chamber holy shit bro that's too aggressive.
We did not see this map from either of those teams. I think the last time NRG played it was in Stage 1 playoffs. It was a loss against, what was it, G2, I think, if memory serves right. So what do we expect to see agent-wise?
Right there.
Thank you so much.
When it comes down to Loud, I'm not surprised at all to see this. This is what has been working out for them. Of course, Lucho on the chamber, Darka and TK Sin running with his double duelist that we got the chance to see yesterday. But on the other side, interesting things are happening. Double duelist that they decide to go with for this map, starting on defense too, and Nada is going to be on the Phoenix. Still on Jet has been incredible.
मैं आधे घंटे बाद चालू किए यार
playing for EMEA.
सेंट्रल्स के बाद मत करो यार प्लीज
Yeah, I mean Mata for me
14 to NRG map 1 map 1
I have to remember his luminosity gaming days, but now trying to bring that focus that they still want to have the double duelist look for energy and to put Kiko on that Jet. It is another one of those comfort roles.
Love your squad.
And Ethan has to be the Swiss Army knife. Omen a little bit easier to play in my eyes, especially on this map as well when it comes down to a
इस बार G2 3rd या 4th सीड होगी अबे सीडिंग नहीं होती चैंपियंस में मेरे भाई चैंपियंस में 4 अलग ग्रुप बांटते हैं बस उसमें सीडिंग का फर्क नहीं पड़ता समझ रहे हो G2 को एक भलते ही ग्रुप में डाल सकते हैं
for NRG. Not only that, but making it to champs again.
NRG क्या खेल रही है?
Just a little bit,
Jet Phoenix by Loud जीत गई. Loud जीत गई ये map.
Yeah, for them, when you're looking at it for NRG, they don't have
Loud
that
अभी तक
pressure,
खेली
right?
नहीं है.
We talked about it. They have so many points under the belt right now, and make it to Sao Paulo, either it be from upper bracket or lower bracket, it's fine for them as long as they make it, because their main focus is going to be anything past Sao Paulo. But for Loud, this means everything. Playing in the home crowd could probably be that best that allows for you to move all the way across in the top 4 into the top 2 to make it to Shanghai.
Good coffee is all I need.
Yes, I think it is going to be.
तो मतलब फिर XLG से aura minus करा के
Luke show and also for Tikazine. But I'm also
आसपास Loud में तोड़ player था क्या ये? आसपास इस्तांबुल 2022 champions ये. Bro, बताओ आसपास का peak. आसपास हर एक different map में एक अलग sensitivity, crosshair और resolution खेलता था.
NRG spent
हर एक अलग map
building
पे.
an aura of inevitability. 5 opponents, 5 wins, including against the Masters London champions, leaving no reason to doubt them. Loud spent yesterday proving this hungry new generation thrives under playoff pressure. So today, one team defends perfection. The other fights to turn
अभी इनका नाम Loud है. पहले इनका नाम क्या होता था पता है chat? LLL.
This Loud team are clearly beyond the one of the past. All ties severed from this new generation.
Literally इनका पहले LLL होता था. जब सासी खेलता था ना, सासी आसपास.
They struggled when they went to Sao Paulo. They couldn't lift that trophy, but perhaps this new group, the next generation of Brazil, of South America, can do what they could not and lift that trophy.
All right, bro. Let's go. NRG on ascent.
For Loud's map pick. Let's play some.
भाई G2 कब तक बाहर होने वाली अब नहीं होगी. Champs तो जा रहे हो लोग. Almost a shot, bro.
Luke Show with a fast first engagement. You talk about the new generation. He is leading it away from Loud. Oh my God.
Get
the just manifested out of thin air. That's ridiculous.
There's just no stopping this guy. He's already off to the races. An insane little brace of kills, and NRG hears the pitter-patter of those neon feet coming his way, tucked in a corner, and he loses his nerve. Darker cleans him up, and Brook is cut out of the picture by the smoke.
How many times have we seen a ridiculous Brock sheriff pistol round? But
Bro, 3 मारा.
This would be beyond ridiculous.
अबे उधर वाला shot वाला कैसे मार सकता है?
There's just no way.
But for our reigning world champions, all things have to feel possible. Brook, though, stumbles at the second hurdle. Man, Luke Show cracked this round wide open, and he is already emoting across the stage. He wants NRG to know he has no respect.
And if you consider this the first chapter of the new Loud team, now Luke Show he is the author, he is the main character, he is the protagonist.
Holy shit,
Loud.
bro!
Oh! In the past, we've seen him pull off plays like that, but the team around him, the whole unit, could not provide enough to get wins. And yet today, you believe that they could beat the 5-0 NRG, the reigning world champions, that they've got it in them.
And he gets his easy marshal
pick up. Fielding set
but Tikazine's able to pick up
the NRG की fielding set है भाई.
Train to the line, and Tikazine, of course, will slide on in to subdue that presence by Gelato.
आज खत्म है.
I'm genuinely at this
NRG को मेरे तरफ से salute है. आज आप लोग खत्म हो.
Best player of stage 2. Obviously, there are some fantastic names.
बजाने वाले ये लोग आज भाई.
Neon, Asuna on a career-high run. But Lucho is right up there with them. And depending on how this playoff run goes for Loud, for the other team,
Brazilian Indian
you could absolutely see him walking away as the Stage 2 MVP.
Sometimes you come into a game with storylines you could want to talk about, right? If the time seems right. When it came to Luke Show, we used all of them early on because he was beautiful in that series against Furia. Absolutely channeling those protagonist vibes.
High infantry मेरे भाई.
Scoreboard here at 4-1 and maintains the marshal for this bonus, in which Brook is rapidly availing
गलत level पे on है हाँ chat. Luke Show तो पागल ही है बे.
Should be pointed out
rifle.
His NRG
नहीं, 2
skirmisher.
rifle.
He's had to use his skirmish account for this game, as apparently he had to change his password from 123 cheese and forgot what the second one was. It happens.
Hi Divesh भाई. Third round Odin.
Brand, folks.
Bruce is out of the pool, but we're still going to get some
skirmisher.
That's what you're looking for. It's pretty straightforward stuff. The tailwind across mid gets him a free pick off, and now Loud have to reconsider.
Wow, loses that out to Erde, who's back hitting that stage 1 form.
Not the kind of encounters that are going to get your duelist confidence up early in the game, that's for sure.
Skirmisher.
On this attack side. Now in a position to win out the bonus, and that's a good start. Luke found Kiko.
Bonus conversion.
To pretty much work this solo for the time being, and Scuba is a long way away. Oda's able to TP away after being pinged out, and Brock can't finish the job. In fact,
Brock bhai save.
Can't get any damage on him.
Khatam karo. Khel hi khatam hai aapka.
He's going to try and challenge his presence up on Heaven, but there's a bunch of smokes in the way, including that vision, and he'll be knocked back to square one.
Oh, spray from Brock. Not enough. Would have had to capitalize off the run it back, just sending.
भाई नीचे हाई लो कितना अच्छा है. ले dead save कर मेरे भाई. Bonus conversion.
The ground running. NRG haven't had.
Yo chat, loud champs जीत रही है.
Even when Kiko finds him that opener, the relevancy of being in a 5-on-4 lasts for like 3 seconds before Loud just storm right over towards the A site and take it.
Super clean.
And this was something we saw from Loud yesterday on Haven. Not so much Summit, where that pace for them, that decisiveness, there's no gaps in their approach. They are very, very quick to get in position, even after things go a bit weird early in the round with Kiko.
Calling back to yesterday as well, Phoenix was a difference maker on Haven. Loud have mostly moved away from playing that double duelist, parallel to NRG. But on Haven, where it's a necessity, they brought the Phoenix back yesterday. Dominate Furia with it, and the Phoenix has proved to be excellent
I'm
on
all
in
for watching a
and if
Loud
ka maintain that level, will be
all in
important piece of Loud's attempt at the victory.
Oh, Mada just swung into that after the flash.
Mada balu na
now
manta.
Coming out for the Loud side, off we go. Fast lane set up. Scuba wants to try and intervene.
Angle.
From the Molly. Still gets a dig on the second player. He's done enough here. Digazine though getting down and dirty with it as open. It is the famous Brock Odin that finally gets NRG on the board.
And Brock genuinely has been in that 2025 MVP form. He has been statistically even the standout for NRG in this second stage. He's hitting his peak right now. And there's no other map where you would rather have maps in a sense. Haven's not bad.
Skirmisher कौन है?
Bad, but Ascent,
अरे मेरा अकाउंट उसको मैंने दिया है. मेरे दूसरे अकाउंट का नाम Skirmisher था. वो मैंने कीको को दिया है खेलने के लिए.
Quick play up mid here. Kiko had his nose up against the barrier to try and get this tile
fast
going.
link push.
And through that smoke, he's looking for Luke Show. Found it. Caught him by surprise, in fact. Fast lane mid though. Let's Tigazine get some action over by this catwalk. But Kiko's still
nice,
mid.
good
Mada's able to chime
pitching.
in now, and all of a sudden this is collapsed for Loud. They've got to just rush over into this A site, and Scuba is waiting in the wings.
Oh my god, both teams are just relentless. Mada is now on the cross. Erde weak alone. When that door gets broken, he's going to get flash rushed down.
Nice NRG का follow-up
This is
दिया.
pod racing. NRG now taking the temperature from Loud and are ready and willing to pay at that same
Ethan by
pace.
mastermind
But neither team is showing an ounce of respect to the other.
B-man push,
Loud
link
don't
push.
care that NRG are 5-0.
देखो.
And NRG don't care that Loud are coming in with an extreme level of momentum. They are happy to just shut them down straight away. And this NRG team, they are no stranger to stopping teams with serious momentum.
He thought about it.
They beat Leviathan in that 5-0 run, a Lev that had an unstoppable aura. And NRG were able to put an end to them. With double duelists of all things, NRG in an uncomfortable meta are still able to have flawless play.
Speaks volumes about this team.
ये जीरो पिंग में ये लोग फैंटम अच्छी होती है माना पर आजकल भाई ये लोग फैंटम नर्फ करवा देंगे पता है कुछ तो हेवी नर्फ आएगा फैंटम
20 seconds of peace between these teams.
Flash.
Short-lived.
Oh, Brock's going to play off this trip. Big damage on Tigazine, not enough to secure the kill, and Ethan has to duck back to the high ground. Here comes Brock, not content to sit in the corner. Once again, an active participant in the round of Dark is in trouble! Riddled with bullets. Brock's happy to pay the piper and accept the flames at his feet.
My goat.
This leaves the Portuguese Davi.
Portuguese Davi.
1v4.
जरूरी था बोलना ये.
The NRG willingness to just fight Loud at these choke points, swarm them, has gotten them back into this half. That lack of respect to Loud. Not letting them get into the site, not letting them get those full executes off. NRG know how
उसका
strong
Odin
they are in
चलाता है
those
बे।
situations. That's what just
Shot control पूरे Odin पे रखा Brock ने।
when they were playing defense. They could
साला कोई
not
Brock
stop
का एक बाल इधर से उधर नहीं कर पाया भाई। मॉली में खड़े रह के बंदा मारा।
Ultimate measuring stick for a team like Loud who was bowled over.
इसके पहले टिकजिन को लो किया था उसने।
After this retool, they've come with momentum. NRG though have brought such a polished game. They've brought perfection. It is
Odin avoid.
Unstoppable force and a movable object today.
Halfway through this year, the Loud team went from being a question mark to, I think, in everyone's minds, a serious contender at this point. Those roster moves that they made heading into the second stage, completely changed everything.
Somewhere around this 13th one against G2 on Lotus was where
भाई मजाक सेट के ना ये G2 की जगह ना Loud को स्लॉट दे दो। अगर Loud क्वालिफाई नहीं होती ना तो G2 को गिव अप कर देना चाहिए और Loud को स्लॉट दे देना चाहिए।
And when you're talking about that G2 win, they had not won on Lotus the last 2 times that Loud have played it. But they switched Tikazine to Neon in that game and win 13-1. He was previously playing Raze. And that has been one of the most important factors for Loud turning this year around and proving that this new roster, that the new talent is actually at the level to make a stage final.
3 round जीते, 3 round, 4 round तक पैसा है भाई साहब।
To champions because they brought in a guy like
one side दिया था second में 13-1 हुआ था। वही तो बोल रहा हूँ। G2 के पास point है बे। नहीं तो सारा deserve तो Loud करती है।
Most of the stats of Neon players in those first 5 weeks of stage 2. He was leading in average damage per round.
Shot, Kiko, shot. बार-बार वहीं आप क्यों लगा रहा है फिर?
Mid smoke denies Kiko that early sight line.
Spam is good.
And behind it, Loud starting to move into position. They'll be spotted by this owl drone though. In fact, it's cleared.
अकेला look show spot wall.
Wine
भी clear किया.
Up towards tree now. Accelerator's about to be hit. Tigazine's trying to get up there in heaven. Just going to overwhelm Kiko. Got nowhere to go. Nothing to do.
ले लिया. NV वाला pinch है.
Ethan brought down by Darby. So your stall util is drastically compromised.
Winnable NRG के लिए माड़ा पे अल्ट है.
Brook gets his back. It's darker to fall. Slowly NRG have to
तोड़नी है बस. Look so late mid.
There's a problem and Mata is looking to try
full clear किया shot.
Can he be sure?
Shot भी look so.
He is now.
Both players aware of the presence of the other, but Mata walks into the crosshair and that will seal the round. NRG on the save. Got a ton of
अभी देखो ये लोग वापस ये shot hit नहीं कर पाएंगे यार.
Oh, Brook does get spotted out there. He fires back.
पैसा बहुत है.
Tigazine is fast enough to catch him by the heel. This is awkward now. Scuba's trying to sit on this op over on this B side of the map, but he's about to get pressed by 2 players in that first shot. Goes away. There's a fast lane. Tigazine is coming from now. Sprayed down in the boathouse. Shows himself briefly behind the boxes, and Scuba's hoping for a cheeky shot. But it's Jig being jumped in. He knows the jig is up. And Tigazine takes the op.
Yeah, more so than doing any economic damage to NRG, Loud would just love to pick up the op there. They wouldn't have been able to afford it otherwise. So
my gameplay
is guns away, but yeah, they recover the better ones.
वो टीपी करते हुए दे रहा था.
A different variation of a set A execute. Romanilli out of the timeout draws up the plan and they execute it to perfection.
आसपास जैसा ही है बे.
So fast that Brook has no time to slow Tigazine down in free, allowing Heaven to take it.
Loud are one of the teams that are finding some more interesting use cases for the fast lane compared to others. They're getting a lot of value out of it.
145.
Let's listen to Loud as they've already got the leg shot on Ethan, hitting A.
Oh shit, 120 da. Mara gets 2.
No short.
Porta, tô vendo ali.
Mas eu tento no salva. É, Odin na porta.
Tô de vida, velho.
Eu
vou fazer um pixel, louco.
Abrir नहीं सकता कोई कुछ.
Seu pegando. 2 pegando seu. 3 céu, 4 céu. 120 do homem, galera.
Pacho?
Do Phoenix. E pode ter costas.
हाँ बे पांचों तो है.
É difícil ter costas.
पांचों बोला उसने.
Sai free, homem.
Eu vou caçar no timing.
Shot.
120 homem, tira essa porra.
Go.
3 céu.
Bota céu.
120 homem.
Good spam.
Do nada. Vou dronar agora.
Last player standing.
Enemy tag.
Tá VH clutch.
120. Matou 120.
Gets 1.
Depois de 2.
Not ready yet. Scanning ahead. There they are.
Valeu demais.
Mas como é que esse Cypher não morreu, mano? Ficou muito estranho.
NRG don't anchor the A side, but they leave Mada up there in his run at back. He's able to find 2 kills before they go for that retake.
Mada Phoenix is looking good right now. It's something that NRG have been
वो सब लोगों का अपना-अपना होता है मेरे भाई.
Mada Phoenix in EWC, for
सबके
instance.
पास freedom होता है.
Ethan on Neon then. They've been trying Kiko on duels, just swapping things around, trying to figure out what works best. In a way, it's a problem that they have so many options. They're constantly making little adjustments, and all of them have retained them at a very high level. So it's like, which do you even pick? But the Mada Phoenix, at that EWC tournament where NRG come in second, he was putting up crazy numbers
nice shot, good trade, Scuba. Instant trade, Scuba पे ult भी है.
But it's a trade from Scuba in market. To release some of the pressure, but tikicici, the second duelist, is still in position now, trying to hit that side. Take some early damage here.
Nice.
And that's to end up fighting Kiko with the knives out.
Still alive.
He will be brought down with shock and the shots from the Phoenix.
Loud just always ready to mix in a new fast exec
जा सकता है भाई.
to shut down in the midst of the
Mid give up करना पड़ेगा उनको. Mid info छोड़ के वो तेज CT खेल सकता है.
Pick up a player on the cross, find a good moment.
एक का info आया.
Stab. Erde with a teleport setting him up.
That's pretty good. Brook has to pick this line up, but
देख लिया.
Luke Shaw isn't quite ready to punish him for that.
It would have had to have been that moment. Now, how
ऐसा हुआ तो नहीं है Brook.
inroads. Luke Shaw spotted out.
Ult बहुत
With
अच्छा है.
Erde already having used that teleport.
माडा को बहुत पोजीशन देगा ये ult खेलने के लिए. ये देखो उसको बेशरम.
B-side now knows he can try and get in, but there's been no plant attempt.
चला
Scuba doesn't
चला
have
दे
much help on
उड़
that
खींच
side,
दे
though.
खींच
Gets
दे.
pinged out and has to retreat to
ये ले
body
छेद.
houses. Gives up the strong position, but Brook peers in with the Odin and finds
Udal.
one. Here's that Hunter's Fury coming through. Davi's able to find a kill. That's Brook.
Holy shit.
Electrifying reception for Loud, and they never get a chance to plant.
NRG are just beautiful to watch. In that whole situation, Loud are just hoping that they could try to tease some player out of position
Beautiful
to
molly
bring
from
that
Mada.
into a 3-on-3. It's not able to work, right? And then, like you see, Mada's point of view, he's going to
single-handedly Odin se nikal raha hai game bhai.
in position to be able to fight each other, yet no one oversteps and makes themselves
Insane
vulnerable.
MVP performance.
So the second that Loud are forced to get into the site, they
Khatarnak combo
are ready
tha.
to assist Scuba there.
12-6.
Enough distance,
Brock is
but not
12-6
too
bro.
much where their lives would have been at risk.
कौन सी wall है?
This pace for Loud is just
खेलने की जगह नहीं मिल
blistering. They are not easing up at all.
Sick util timing to force Kiko out of mid. Darker though hit by the relay bolt.
There are already 4 NRG players on this B site.
VCT है. Good molly.
Okay, he mollies off spawn and now returns to mid.
They can go back.
tikicici also doubles back.
Ethan यहाँ पे info लेने आएगा, tikicici मारेगा उसको.
Ethan could be here to unravel this.
NRG know they've
ये
created
भी कम शाना नहीं है ना, पर ये info लेने जाएगा नहीं.
There's a lot of reliance
ये
on
बस CT
Scuba to
रखेगा.
just hold down that A site.
उसके teammate के
on
पास
his own. He is
अबे A
committed
shot
to the
info तो
dice
नहीं है मेरे
position
भाई.
right now.
A shot info तो आपके पास है नहीं. कैम से देख रहा है, कैम से देख रहा है.
Possible, but tikicici wins that critical duel. And now Loud want to activate this, execute.
How much time can Scuba buy here on the A site for NRG? He wants to try and get ahead of this cyber cage and finds Darker through it. Knows the paranoia is coming, so he tucks his way in towards heaven. Here come reinforcements.
कौन सा teammate आ रहा है उसका?
It's going to give the team time to get there, but he is exposed. He swings out. He's caught by Erde. Look at tikicici. He is on this late flank. Could get a free kill onto Brock.
He's not going to be ready.
Yeah, NRG's numbers, they are dwindling regardless.
1v3 Madawalu.
Out of duel here, get some success in the round, but now in a 1v3, he has to assess his options. Money's fine for NRG, so you may as well jump on in.
No flash to get out of the smoke. He just has to wait and pray that some of this spray will connect.
And he's out of there, folks.
Hi Nirvi, good morning. आपका favorite NRG player? मेरा favorite NRG player
a little
Swam.
damage. Look at the econ for Loud. It's not great.
Cute.
Every kill matters.
Is Mada trying to sell something? Give him a reason to double back? He's not even halved it yet. He's actually got time. He's just got time. Erde's going to challenge this out, and he knows it. Mada trying to get as much value as he can out of it. It's probably already a lost round, and Erde's forced to drop the gun.
He extracts a lot. 2 players down. Is able to get 2 orbs out of it. Keeps the Loud economy in an awkward spot. That was making the most of a situation where the clutch
अगर दोनों भाग गए होते तो ये डिफ्यूज था.
Essentially gets the next best.
Nice finish to the round, but for Loud, a number of those key duels being won. Erde and tikicici winning crucial 1v1s to get their team going.
कहाँ कैम्प करना चाहते हो आप?
Look at the
चचले के शॉट पे खेल रहा है।
This round absolutely.
भाई एनआरजी से चिमकांडी भाई क्यों करती है बे? Odin judge off सब उठा लो।
Banking on the judge to back Ethan up here on this corner. Sees Darker coming, but the ping timing wasn't quite where he
Can
needed
be
it to
check
be.
mark
Now
किए
on the
देखो,
trapwire though, in
gets
comes
one.
Struber. He's ahead of the flash, and he's able to just finish off Darker. He's hit very hard as a result, but this is stalwart defending from NRG. Allowed to run into a brick wall.
And if he can, Luxo just needs to hold on to the only goal at this point.
There's so much time left in the round one.
भाई अभी मेरे को देखना अब लाउड का डिफेंस क्या रहेगा?
They're in a shaky spot. Do they risk going?
क्योंकि अटैक यहाँ पे खत्म है। एक और राउंड भी नहीं जीतेंगे वो लोग।
The pistol, they win that bonus. NRG really.
आपके दिल में कैम करना चाहता है? अरे मेरे दिल में कैम करेगा ना मेरे भाई तो क्या दिखेगा पता है तेरे को सबसे पहली चीज?
They're fighting them at the chokes. Scuba is stuffing them before they can get into tree. Mod is ready to fight them as they're getting right out of A. They've already got Kiko rotating towards A heaven. He's there to fight. Like they're just so quick to meet them while simultaneously not being committed insight to get bogged down by any of the util. Like we saw Furious suffering from all of yesterday.
Like being present but non-committal. Just have a foothold. You can fall off the side after trying to get a kill. I think that's why the op is going to be so instrumental for NRG. And Kiko's positioning. Brock as well doesn't have to swing and face to get value or damage with the Odin. Just play off his info.
वो गोला क्या है? रोज।
The round here as Luxo will be allowed to maintain the but NRG keep 4 guns and keep the coffers full.
वाइड माउस की अच्छी DPS एनसी क्या है? 1600।
Started so well, but Scuba.
भाई स्कूबा दो नहीं मारता ना राउंड था।
Changes the tides.
50 रुपए का टोर एक्टिंग का। Thank you for the 10,000 super chat.
Increased oxygen flow to his brain because his nostrils are
Blackthorn.
You know, wider than the Suez. W breathing, bro.
Dude, they're up in the pace here. Mod with the run back straight out of B main.
Almost looks so much
field, but he's getting some backup here from Kiko. And there goes Luxo.
Spam में connect हो गया।
Man who held the op.
Judge nerf हुई थी। हाँ, crouch करके चला सकते हो पर
calls a complete shift
स्कूबा
of
ने
the pace going for
jump करके crouch किया, तभी उसका वो वाला ये लगा।
The tiles crunch has been pretty big.
And it should be wraps on the half. Now,
5 राउंड पे तो सही है नहीं मेरे भाई।
Like
Ascent में attack round ही तो जीतती है teams.
Dominant, but Loud ultimately, if they just have a 5 on attack, that's pretty good. Like that.
अभी NRG का attack देखना
तुम. They still won the pistol, won the
one
bonus.
side attack जीतेगी NRG, one side.
Rounds. That is not bad at all.
A hush. NRG
simply wait. पे wall थी
they know they need to convert this player advantage, and this gets a bit dicey now. Tigazine moves
Loud
over
के लिए wall करा उसने.
Kiko has to think twice about how he gets involved here. Inside the smoke, because he's blinded up, but now the reinforcements are on the way. For now, though, it's just Kiko versus 3.
Oh, Kiko की positioning अच्छी है.
Timing a lane. Oh, wow, air raid ducks around the op.
He could have just died to that straight up.
Connects, but not the kill. All of NRG ready to pass on this retake.
Yo, ये 4v3 winnable है.
In the sight. There shouldn't be any way that they can win this.
Smoke over towards that boathouse. Erde eventually gets caught out just from the straight to the masonry. Only one side of boathouse is open. Tigazine trying to make use of it now. Steps into the frame for a time. Starker getting his pound of flesh, but now 1v3 revealed by Neural Theft to end the half. Has to go down swinging. Ethan gives him a quick exit. And NRG will move to 7 rounds after a lively first half on a set.
अबे शरीफ भी अच्छी चलाता है वो.
That 0-3 start NRG really did have an understanding as to how to shut down this Loud attack. But even though it was 0-3, it's like, is that too little, too late that they were able, that they, you know, gave Loud the ability to put 5 on the board for a set attack, switch to defensive. Loud win the pistol 7-7.
We're going to
support कर रहा हूँ G2 को.
We absolutely have a game, and I've watched Loud over the last
few
weeks targeting star players and bring them down, but with NRG, a new one always tends to appear when one falls.
अभी NRG का attack देखो chat, one side. अबे अब इन लोग को half time break नहीं लेना चाहिए.
that spot in Sao Paulo will be back.
जिस हिसाब से ये लोग tech post किए, half time break deny. Please.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when
मैं गया था इनके दिल में pre-Euro nerf दिखा था.
And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too? No, I'm...
Paperx got any chance in Masters?
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even
कौन सा Masters मेरे भाई?
David Beckham,
a Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for
मैं तो ब्रोंज में हूँ, मैं चैंप्स खेल सकता हूँ बिल्कुल. तुम्हारे लिए एक अलग टूर्नामेंट बनाएंगे. फ्लोर स्क्रीन है ये अब. अमेरिका बेबी. Hit pause, put your feet up. कापलान के फनाटिक जाने की लीक आ रहे, देखा मैंने. अरे बेवड़े, EME की स्ट्रीम में जब बोल रहा था तब कहाँ था?
For you, do you approach the match any different when you know you're going up against champions?
No, not to be honest. Like the only difference is like the level of the team.
Bro, 18 साल का AGL है बे.
Like champions of everything, but if they playing like really bad right now, it doesn't matter. And it's the same thing. Like you have to play your game, and they're playing on a good level now. So I think we're gonna win.
मना रहा था.
Yeah. They being champions doesn't change anything to them.
Good luck.
Please help. I am hard stuck silver. Yo.
Erde on your screen here.
मेरी कैसी help चाहिए उसमें?
Calling with the freedom of not knowing what the ceiling is for this Loud team, not knowing
Klurge,
just
उम्र क्या है,
how high
शादी
they
करनी
could
थी.
climb. But he's being pitted up against a
फिर फूफा जी ऐसी बातें करने लग जाते हो chat में.
knows what it takes to reach the summit. Erde versus Ethan trying to call their teams into a Sao Paulo experience. The stakes are high.
Ethan saying at the end of that half that he had the read, he knows exactly what Loud are doing.
दूसरी तरफ 18 साल का बच्चा.
Now that NRG are on the attack side though, the more difficult side of Ascent.
I must wait a moment.
Can he continue to call them
Alright,
to
bro.
the victory and
Big
take
attack.
away Loud's map pick?
Big attack. NRG winning this attack one-sided, chat.
Unknown looming in our second map. This series could
NRG
go
एक round भी drop नहीं करेगी देखो.
You mentioned the pistol for Loud, important.
7 round है ना?
Virtually back to parity.
13-5. 6 rounds in a row. 4 Sheriff buy किया है.
The trademark needs to be cleared. This is going to get alarm bells ringing for Loud, but not enough to draw players to mid.
Darker just ready to molly off of any kind of contact.
NRG very tentative in this round, but they're slowly starting to work that A main as well. Patient. 40 seconds seems to be the timer though, and NRG getting active now. Darker doesn't have a chance to molly them. He can't slow them down. A is about to suffer under a deluge of white and orange, and here come NRG. Down onto the side, Tigazine trying to fight for his life, but others only get the one. Trades are good, but NRG with a player to the good and a chance to plant.
Luxo जिंदा है ना अभी थोड़ा tension.
Such low HP. Taking contact for the team. And Davi shot down through the wall. Luxo
with the headhunter again.
He got 3 on the first pistol.
This one seems a little bit stickier.
Good pistol.
This time it's Ethan that takes the honors with 3 in the pistol and gets NRG up by 3 rounds.
Just brutal that Darker gets
nice.
caught
Good round,
by the
good
2
round. See?
body shots straight away.
इसकी बात कर रहा था मैं chat.
Just not ready to throw that molly. It's just as he's jiggling back around the corner. Immediately caught with a body shot and through the wall. It's just awkward and he doesn't have the time to react.
Felt like a lot hinged on him being able to slow down NRG. That one's going to hurt the confidence a bit.
Wow.
Mata still with a sheriff to
hand. Goodbye. Next round full buy killing.
Trying to get aggressive, but the flash is thrown to account for this. Into the smoke we go, and out we head.
Stone cold confidence to play that situation that way. That's crazy.
This is ugly stuff. Tigazine's able to run him down, and this severely limits the options for NRG. They might just call a bum rush onto A here. Yes, Paranoia comes in. Luxo avoids it and gets a kill to punish.
Still 2 rifle है game में.
Tigazine already here towards door. It's being shot in their face. The other 2 players on the team rotating towards heaven 4 on 3, but they've not been able to recover anything
अब इसके पास ड्रोन शॉट डार्ट सब बचा हुआ है
advantageous position. Two rifles.
पर राइफल है अभी फाइट करना पड़ेगा ब्रॉक को
Just come back up now for Ethan, so some of this
तीन लोग घुसने वाले हैं ब्रॉक भाई आपकी फील्डिंग सेट है
Brock knows he's about to get some action. Doesn't hold him one and prays and just steps out. Now charges in. So Spray finds him one and Ethan's got an assist from
Davi
Jen.
low है
It's all coming down to Tigazin and
nice,
Davi now.
good positioning, good positioning.
Phantom, but he's low. Barely clinging to life and swings into Scuba's purview.
Wow,
it's Tigazin
beautiful
right
yaar.
down. NRG finding time, he's everywhere.
डूबा हुआ राउंड वापस निकाल लिया NRG अब फुल बाय करेगी ये राउंड
playing against Loud right now though. We have seen after that couple weeks off break that they took just in the lab with Romanilli on the second round ecos after they've lost the pistol, same case against Furia. They always have a little strat. Against Furia, they were always random, like they're walking into a 4-stack high-low pistol staring at them. They always have an idea of how to try to maximize every round right now. Just one of the other reasons that they've become a serious contender. Making the most of any opportunity they're granted. Luke Show is always going to be fighting through those choke points, and looks like this is just going to encourage NRG to try to pick up the pace, but they're stalled out by the Molly A. Not even an option right now.
Much the same vein as things went wrong for NRG at B, and they just called an A hit. They attempt that this round, but the arresting util is present, and NRG are denied.
Here.
And it looks like B's back on the menu. But there's a bunch of angles that have to be cleared on their way. This takes time.
clean.
And that smoke gets thrown down, Cat. Some implication that mid presence could be coming. They're forced to flash these close angles though because of Luke Show. So less utility for the actual exit. Disgusting off angle.
He knows he's sat where he can't be spotted out by the recon, so he just plants his feet and gets 2 kills.
How can he control his spray like that?
Single-handedly shutting NRG down this round. How are you going to get out of this one? Davi waiting for his chance to spring forward. Marta fighting for his life out here in the open, but it was a foregone conclusion after Luke Show struck at the jugular.
Holy shit, why?
It was a sick opener, and NRG, you could see they just wanted to respond and go A, but the Molly keeps them back. They can't get an actual nice window to get into that site.
He's just not being pinged.
And then by the time they go back to B,
उसका crosshair इधर जा रहा है, बंदा इधर है, गोली यहाँ पड़ रही है.
That should be a one and done. We have already seen it 2 rounds. Luke Show is playing these chamber scenarios, even though we've been seeing chamber forever, and you basically expect the same thing to happen every time. Somehow Luke Show is doing things differently. Like the way he was working around that smoke in A main when Mata flashed him, 99% of chambers wouldn't have played it like that. And what he's able to do in that round is just 1 of 1.
Pass B split.
Imagine what he could do with the duelist. TP away here for Luke Show. Mata making his way over.
3 लोग side चले गए. Good stun.
He's in there.
No, what a beautiful reveal.
When he's running Luke Show and Tigazin down, he knows also that Davi will be
waiting. बस अकेला है side पे.
And he gets the confirm.
Kiko's
Kiko
out.
moves up into the space that he makes and quietly clears out the Sova.
Good round, bae.
Mata is on point right now. Just casually up to the 17 kills.
What a round, bhai
really
sahab.
Starting to find a late resurgence into this year. There was a point
B-main
where
का game है chat,
really
B-main
felt
का
like he was kind
game.
of losing himself as a player.
कुछ भी हो, B-main का game है.
I'm thinking really like post Santiago when NRG were trying to
जब तक B-main deny नहीं होगा तब तक game है.
Neon style, and it just was not him. That's just not how he plays the duelist. And then it seemed like there was even maybe like a recovery period after that, trying to get back into his
pump fake expect करे.
But in this second stage, it's felt like he's there. Like his Neon
NRG commit कर दी.
That little weird arrow where he was trying to play like Dambi was excellent.
NRG का वैसा fast
like the game, for instance, where they beat LEV.
इसीलिए surprise.
His Neon there was fantastic. I think that was his best.
Adjust नहीं कर पाए ना.
And he might be able to.
और ये recon कितना प्यारा था यार.
The double entry with a run it back.
The Brock recon that sets it up.
Free round, yep, that is a free round.
The recon was the MVP, bro.
It does feel like NRG, man. Kind of across the board, you're getting a little feeling of these guys getting into that championship form again with it right around the corner. Brock is hitting his stride in stage 2. Mada's getting back into form.
Scary.
The pieces are coming together.
This time they come with a weapon we've never seen before.
भाई इनको ब्रांड एम्बेसडर
with the jet on a number of
देखो
these
यहाँ पे
maps
स्नीकर्स है
is looking phenomenal.
मैगी
And then
खाओगे
when he
नहीं
does
भाई
play
आप खा
control,
लो
he frees up Ethan to go
Thank
for
you
the
for
KO or something that
asking.
looks more emblematic. The double initiator look here from NRG.
It's just
इसका नाम क्या था मैं भूल गया अच्छा
they are
इनके
as a
कोच का
team
कुछ
at
तो
a
डेंजरी
base
नाम था
level that they are really one of the only teams in the globe that can buck the meta and still maintain consistency at the top, still qualify for every global.
We talked about Mada making a comeback, but Tikazine, he feels like he was born into the Americas League ahead of the curve.
And those stats are Neon specific. That's where Tikazine has been shining. And Loud have been getting better and better across the stage as they realize we can just put this guy on Neon everywhere, and that is when we're going to be at our best. And we discussed that earlier with the 13-1 win against G2 on Lotus. Swap to Neon.
लेव का मैच भी देखोगे तो कल की वॉच पार्टी का क्या होगा मेरे भाई
People forgetting that was G2's best match.
प्राइम क्लर्ज को नहीं जानता क्या
Such a critical point of
Prime
Loud
Klurge.
hitting that next level.
पैसिफिक भी करता है EME भी करता है अमेरिकास भी करता है
Feels like they're purpose built for this kind of stage.
ओ देखे बीमेन का गेम
No respect for
बीमेन का गेम है गुड ट्रेड्स गुड ट्रेड्स
Over on the opposite side of the map, Tour de Force gets him a kill towards A main, and he's already making his way across
Ethan is sticking it.
Davi gets ahead of him, though, knows Ethan's going to be
Spike
emerging from
giveaway.
the shadows in Boathouse, and confirms his presence on lane.
What a moment to get back there. NRG not able to help. Ethan, the swings are coming in. Davi 1 versus 1.
He's only 5 health. Brock's looking to try and do it again. Davi low! Gets the better of him. But you can never count this NRG team out in a round like that.
Oh my god, Brock just assuming that maybe Davi would be a bit more tucked, could have gotten the shock dart off for the free kill.
Holy shit!
Just barely
Good
away
trading
from
there, Brock, bhai.
A monster clutch from Brock. What were we saying about Brock hitting his form heading into Champions? Yeah, man, it's
ऐसा क्यों swing करेगा भाई इतना अच्छा खेल के?
Not a joke.
Why?
Not hyperbole.
Shock dart के लिए वो भी.
Yeah.
NT रे भाई NT.
Looks like a tiles crunch here, but it's going to be absent for NRG. They've got no one on the B side of the map. While this doesn't yield any kills for Loud, it's pretty illuminating.
Bastard. Why NRG?
They're a bit weak on this A side of the map, but
NRG
Luke
इतना
doesn't seem to
PC
care.
hits पे खेल रही है.
Gets off the line straight away. Borg trying to chase him in. At least makes it exchange.
Scuba Galton
That's so nice from Brock, having the Hunter's Fury ready for the teleport spot away. It's evened things up. NRG with the spike down, trying to position themselves around this site. Scuba getting
दो shock dart है.
And it looks like Brock may want to play for the late round. No, he's just going to stay in main.
Heaven shock dart आना चाहिए Brock का.
Really slows things up, but he gives his position away.
Darker's got one flash to get back in.
A
lot of util on the side.
They're going for an overdrive being popped by Tikazine. This is the gambit.
Good trade, Scuba.
Tiga's going to be run down, but Darker now, perched on the edge. Gets the info about Scuba's positioning. There's presence in A main as well here for NRG. You've got to respect it. If you're Loud and you're trying to retake.
Nice.
Ethan though, just ducking back and forth. It's Brock again, just lining them up at 3k in the round, and Ethan will deny him 2 back-to-back 4 pieces. Whichever way you slice it, a masterclass from NRG.
Loud refining that advantage with Airday pushing through door, the catch on the Scuba. He's got to focus on too many lanes back. Chen, it feels like Loud are bringing the round back into their hands, and yet NRG are just too clutch.
There is no free lunch against NRG.
One of the absolute last players you ever want to be against in a late round situation. He is just chilling in main, comes in at the perfect moment to be the janitor and get the easy cleanup on a couple players who were distracted by Ethan, just tucked in the smoke.
And he reaches a relaxed total of 20 kills in 18 rounds.
मैंने बोला था लोग चैंपियंस जीतेंगे.
Really?
उनका गेम उधर ही खत्म हो गया.
Heavy mid presence here. But Luke Show has a tough time determining that. Flash into tree, but no real move behind it yet.
Well, Lucho and Scuba have been going at it on all of these early rounds. Scuba would love to get his lick back at least once, but it hasn't happened yet, but it hasn't really mattered. His energy are closing the rounds out late regardless.
खींच लिया. माडा कोई बड़ा damage.
Tag, but
it's telling.
If Mada really needs to, he can heal himself up, and he will do just that.
Full heal.
Cauterize the wound.
Champion medal when I don't know.
It's a lot to clear.
Mostly before champions.
Main, but this Aldrome will do a lot of the heavy lifting for NRG.
September 15.
Presence of Luxo is felt everywhere, anywhere that you try to go.
Omnipresent. Has the TP out on this occasion. There's a molly over towards CT side, so Darker will have to take a sidebar as well. There's also a trip set up at market door. Everything is in place here for NRG to hunker down. In a 5-on-5 retake attempt.
Look at Loud. They want to get this retake activated from many different angles. They want to pressure B.
Sub 125 hai.
Scuba is so ready for this though.
He knows, he sees, and he doesn't commit. Pulls out the paranoia. Would have come from anywhere. That's heads up calling from Scuba, but he gives up a lot of ground.
Loud has routed everyone on NRG to site. They have advantageous positions, and NRG know because of that they need to fight forward. They need to take a timing to get a kill.
But they back up against the wall, and that's when they're at their deadliest. Scuba fights in from Boathouse. Darker trying to find a timing here. He's got a drop on him, but Kiko whips on him in the 180 and takes his head clean off.
Horrible!
That is dazzling from NRG. In the straight 5v5, it doesn't get much better than that. They're on map point.
Loud had a good sequence of utility there as well, from taking B main and then pushing everyone from NRG back into the site. We saw the moment where the Molly and the relay bolt come down at the same time. It gives Darker the moment, but the Guardian not the weapon for the situation in front of him. Maybe if he has a rifle, he gets the pair, but he just can't connect the shots.
कब सोने जाऊंगा कबूतर के जब ये खत्म होगा तब सोने जाऊंगा
2025 world champion. You maintained the level, the poise and the hunger of last year, and maybe even built on it.
NRG तो absolute body कर दी भाई इन लोग को अटैक में. क्या बोला था चैट?
NRG 1 round away from closing out the pick of
एक राउंड आएगा, एक भी नहीं आएगा.
Neither team is playing in this stage. Curious that Loud picked it into them.
भाई NRG को उसमें चप्पे से जानता हूँ भाई.
Confident on it, but they will pay the price.
मेरे को पता है NRG कैसे खेलती है.
Brock, 23 kills now.
How diabolical to throw a slow default in on map point like this.
Loud को जीतना ही था तो attack निकालना था.
Give Loud enough rope to trip themselves with. Kiko a little bit ugly now. The relay bolt had to be respected, but he actually drops up on the high ground. And Tikasine is not ready for that.
Does recover that rifle. Look at Brock. Just
how's he done this? How has he done this? How has he gotten in? Cat amongst the pigeons, and Brock is making a mess of the place. Davi though was kind of overlooked here. He tries to pick up that lane position, but Ethan checks everything. He's ready for everything.
नीचे से निकल के गया क्या भाई?
Sticking out around the corner, so Davi is spotted. This one is done. NRG look phenomenal.
Ah, it's a GG.
Erde, now.
You said Loud जीत रहा है, NRG घर जा रही है.
There's levels to this.
मैं नहीं बोला था ना वो चीज.
Going up against the world champion IGL, who was winning major tournaments at 19, whose contemporaries have already retired and moved on, is still here and still at his best.
साला इससे लंबा तो टेक पोस्ट चला था चैट. मजाक से हट के. इससे लंबा तो टेक पोस्ट चल गया था बे. डाविच के पोर्चुगल टी-शर्ट पहनो अब. फिर वन साइड ही हार जाएंगे भाई. मजाक नहीं, केसी एनआरजी को पेल देगी ना ब्रो. भाई ये जो टीम्स, अरे ये देखो पहला राउंड. भाई ये जो टीम स्टार्टिंग में क्वालिफाई करती है ना, ये सारी टीम चैंपियंस में सबसे पहले बाहर होती है. टेकपॉज में थोड़ा सा मैच दिखाए है, खत्म हो गया भाई. ले मैप 3 तक जाएगा लग रहा है. लेट्स सी ब्रो. अबिस, अबे अबिस तो एनआरजी का मैप है यार. अबिस में एनआरजी थ्रो अच्छा करती है और खेलती भी अच्छा ही है. वो दिन दिन की बात है. लाउड का अबिस देखते हैं. लाउड आज तक अबिस जीती नहीं है. अबे खेली 3 बार है बस जिंदगी में. सिक्स 7%, 11-13, 6-13, 13-4. अरे भाई ये लोग तो अभी स्पैम करते हैं भाई, पर मार्च में किया है. अबे यार एक चीज बताओ, तो क्या अबिस पहले आया, साल के स्टार्टिंग में आया, फिर मैप रोटेशन में क्या आया? फ्रैक्चर आया मास्टर्स लंदन के टाइम. अबे तो आइस बॉक्स तो पूरे साल में नहीं आया चैट. ब्रीज भी आके चला गया. करोड़ था साल के स्टार्टिंग में, सारे मैप थे। आइसबॉक्स तो भूल ही गए बे, गायब कर दिस। फनाटिक was NRG champs अबिस मैच here. पॉल भी था वही, नेक्स्ट अपडेट में आएगा आइसबॉक्स। अरे तो नेक्स्ट अपडेट चैम्प्स के बाद आएगा क्या? मैप पूल चेंज होगा बोल रहे हो चैम्प्स के पहले? ना ब्रो, आई डोंट थिंक सो। ये फाइनल मैप पूल है चैम्प्स के लिए, अब तो नहीं देंगे ये लोग मैप चेंज। चैम्प्स के बाद वाला जो अपडेट है वो तो मेजर अपडेट है, क्रिसमस में आएगा। ऑफ सीजन में खेलेंगे लोग आइसबॉक्स। अपन लोग को ऑर्गेनाइज करनी चाहिए एक टूर्नामेंट चैट, जिसमें हम सिर्फ जो टीम कभी जीतती नहीं है ना उनको खिलाएंगे, जैसे वाइटैलिटी, G2 और कौन सी टीम हो गई पैसिफिक से KRX, और एक लेंगे चाइना की एक आध टीम XLG। ये सबको एक टूर्नामेंट कराना चाहिए, सबको ट्रॉफी।
Kiko dashes in, actually gets two. Could get his ace, the first one in Americas as he locks it down.
सेन अभी नहीं, सेन के पास तो दो ट्रॉफी है।
Two massive kills for Luke Show. That's going to knock the wind out your sails even on your best days. Nasty ace.
I am here with Bankar ahead of map 2, an Abyss map at that fact, but I want to know on map 1, what do you feel like the team did well, and what's the outlook for Abyss?
I think our creativity was really good, and we just kept playing the game, and we were playing our game, no matter the comp that they had, and they had a really
next updates October is
grinding out the rounds.
Anything special for Abyss?
You'll see. I mean, we missed the map for sure.
All right, I like to hear that. Good luck, coach.
Welcome.
That NRG का तो favorite map है यार.
Like that, NRG is up
NRG 2-0
against Loud, which had a great start there, right? But NRG managed to shut down the aggression, or rather out-aggress them.
दो Masters and दो दिन कुछ अलग valorant events का trophy not
of course Mada. He played the Phoenix, by the way, for the first time in VCT, and he.
एक साल हो गया आइसबॉक्स को मैप पूल में आए, एक साल से भी ज़्यादा टाइम हो गया, क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
We talk about him, we talk about the Phoenix that we've seen, for example, for Ethan that we saw right before we moved into playoffs.
Chance Wonder Phantom हो गया, Phantom होना चाहिए.
In EWC, but he never played it in VCT before. It felt like what they were doing back then is something that they found success in. They went to test again. I mean, they moved all the way to the grand finals then and just lost it to Heart of Thieves. So the fact that he's bringing it back and performing to this level is incredible. And we talked about it. He does it no matter what.
Next year से mostly
as I mentioned before, this was
जो
like
टीम जीतेगी ना
LG on this map against even
Masters वगैरह,
playing also Phoenix for 100 Thieves in the past. So
वो लोग के sheriff skins आएंगे.
Not skipping a beat, being able to play this role for the team. I think he went also first blood 4-1 for the team over the
बाकी बार ताकि किसी को भूख ना लगे मेरे भाई.
Also not only killed but supported Kiko quite well.
किसी को भूख लग गई देख के तो.
Here are the numbers. Brock, of course, also super high impact in this game. It feels like Brock and Mada together just kind of completely dismantled Loud in.
Tens अपने साथ Icebox लाएगा VCT में.
In the first half, it was Loud initially coming out of the gate swinging, but NRG was just really aggressive stopping.
Champs कितने VP का होता है? Around 8,000.
After yesterday, really fast.
भाई मेरे को याद है चैट, मैंने चैम्प्स बंडल 6000 VP का खरीदा था पहला वाला. उसके बाद से चैम्प्स बंडल बस महंगा ही होते गया है. हेवन मैप पूल से कब जाएगा? गया था बीच में, हेवन नहीं था मैप पूल में. जब बाइंड था.
This is the style that they want to bring, and you see it in the way that Mata is playing forward. When it was Loud that is playing an eco round, for example, Mata running down all the way,
7 के का होता है हाँ तो वही यार. 7 500 7 800 ऐसे हो जाता है भाई.
Little things like that are set plays.
मैं बताऊं, चैंपियंस में एक चीज एक्स्ट्रा डाल देंगे, एक फ्लेक्स, और चैंपियंस बंडल 10,000.
they find themselves is still continuing with the double initiator. That those rounds should usually
भाई मजाक से हट के
trying to figure out that map, trying to stall as much as you can, but to come out with aggression.
मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि भाई जो पहली वाली चैंपियंस बंडल थी ना 2021 वो पीक थी और उसके बाद जो अच्छी फैंटम आई है वो 2024 आई है.
It is indeed, and now we're heading on to NRG's map pick of Abyss, and as Bonkar just said in the interview, they're excited to see this
peak.
one back in the mix.
Number 1 champions bundle.
Any ideas what it could be, Dan?
I don't know. Looking at Pacific, for example, most of the teams have been playing a lot of this double duelist competition.
Valorant,
and the
champions.
When we were seeing this earlier in the year and even
bundle.
before. But other teams, for example, yesterday when we got the chance to see this map for the first time in Americas, it was 2 teams that were playing Phoenix. There's not a lot of teams globally that are doing this. So my question is, are you going and leaning more towards this meta Phoenix that I feel like could
Vandal, Karambit, Phantom, Butterfly Knife, ये तो बहुत ही खराब थी. Vandal, Kunai, ये भी खराब थी.
I want to see NRG play with chaos because
ये decent थी. ये blade अच्छी थी.
They missed it. So then what do you think about
6000 का आता है लास्ट ईयर सितंबर 4 को आया था मतलब ये साल भी सितंबर 4 को ही आएगा VCT Paris चैंपियंस पेरिस चालू हुआ था 12 सितंबर को 12 सितंबर को चालू हुआ था ये आया था 4 तारीख को एक हफ्ते पहले ये साल 24 को चालू हो रहा है मतलब आएगा कब एक हफ्ते पहले 17 तारीख को 15, 16, 17 ये तीनों में से एक डेट पे आ जाएगा सो स्मार्ट ब्रो मेरे ऊपर एक ऑटोबायोग्राफी लिखनी चाहिए
No, a win would cement them as one of the top 4 teams, and it will punch their ticket to Sao Paulo, which of course is the ultimate goal here in these playoffs. So there's a lot of emotional pressure there, especially for a few players on that Loud team, as we already discussed in our pre-show, Dan.
A lot more pressure, especially after they lost this map of Ascent. This was their map pick. This is a map where they started or tried to play their own game.
EDG qualify for champs or not?
That success yesterday against Furia.
EDG, JDG.
Weren't able to do so. But for this map of Abyss, like Luxury is saying, and I'm
EDG, JDG, Tyloo, XLG.
With the snap, so I just can't wait to see what they're going to do here.
Let's go, Mada.
Playing these fast hits can be a little bit more tricky. The chokes can be a nightmare to deal with. So I think it's going to be a back and forth between the two, especially for Lauda. If they can get some momentum.
ये NRG skirmisher कौन आ गया? नया player है.
Beginning of this map, they try to, and then
iPhone foldable के leaks आ रहे तो आप तो.
It's also nice to see though that
भाई मेरे को foldable फोन जिंदगी में कभी पसंद नहीं आया कभी नहीं.
Going into the playoffs, so not afraid to try out their.
मैं सबसे compact फोन रखूँगा सबसे compact.
Right now as well, and also for Loud their identity of the last couple of matches. So you want to think about recency bias?
अभी मैं 2 फोन रखता हूँ एक रखता हूँ 16 Pro Max कैमरे के लिए भाई गंदा हो गया अच्छी और एक रखता हूँ iPhone 13 इसकी बैटरी अभी वाट लग गई है ये साल दूसरा लूंगा पर छोटा वाले बैटरी अच्छी होनी चाहिए मैं सोच रहा था 17 ले लेना चाहिए पर सोचा ये साल फिर आने ही वाला है तो
Uber and Wyatt will be back on the mics with Abyss right after this.
इसको घिस सकते हैं कॉम्पैक्ट वाला iPhone 18 लेट आएगा क्या भाई ऐसा कोई फोन आता है क्या चैट एंड्रॉइड का जिसमें 50 घंटे की बैटरी हो लेवल वाला गेम देखोगे
15
की अंडर गेमिंग ऑर्डर मिलेगा क्या 100% मिलेगा मेरे भाई
But a win against this team for Loud wouldn't just mean advancing towards the playoffs, it would also be a chance to cut the cord from that Loud legacy of old, the 2022 champs legacy of old, and start to chase a destiny that they themselves are the masters of.
pave their own way forward, write their own story, and it would be poetic if it begins with a journey to Sao Paulo and a trophy lift. To exceed what their predecessors were able to do before them, but standing in their way, it is NRG, the reigning world champions, and they're going back home in a way. Breeze is out of the pool, but if they were to lose a top map in their pool, they are lucky to have it replaced by Abyss, which was always a home for them.
What is that loud composition? Klurge Yoru?
Just no
तो है अच्छी बात है भाई कास्टर भाई इतना सरप्राइज होने वाला कॉम्प नहीं है मेरी फाड़ दी 2 सेकंड के लिए ठीक है भाई ठीक है खेल सकता है योरू चेंबर प्लेयर है वो मीटियोर भी खेलता है नींद भी आ रही मैच भी देखना क्या करूं सो जा मेरे भाई उठ के देख लेना
From one map to the other, Darker has gone from Phoenix to Harbor. Guess it's not crazy considering they're going up against the Marba himself. NRG still with a Phoenix jet look. Marta and Kiko.
भाई इतन भाई पट्टी लगा के नाक बड़ी हो गई है उधर को ना सूज गई है नाक ऐसा लग रहा है
We've not seen either of these teams on this map for a while. We've never seen this loud look here. And Luke Show picking up the Yoru. A bit prophetic. I mentioned it'd be interesting to see him on Duelist in that previous map. But he has a chance to bring that same creativity
क्या बोलते chat last year तक
into the Yoru arena.
ये लोग वेले खेलते थे ना
before the playoffs began, Airday with a sort of matter-of-fact self-assured
भाई जब इस टीम में सॉम था तो सारा डुएलिस्ट ईथन खेलता था भाई
jealous of them for what they were accomplished because he wants
तो अपग्रेड है भाई
just straight up said that he feels he can achieve
Neon थोड़ी था वेले खेलता था ना
standing in his way and standing in his way
में कौन सा मिली आएगा
for a fact that
भाई फैन आना चाहिए
champions but beyond
बहुत टाइम से फैन नहीं आया
IGL at the caliber of Ethan, someone who has been winning championships all his life. Airday 18 right now. When Ethan was 19, he was beating Prime Astralis in a New York final. 4 years later, winning champions with EG. 2 years later, winning champions with NRG.
Airday was 11
बात तो सही है
when he won his first major.
Ethan
बात तो सही है मैंने देखा है वो मैच
of longevity in a space where that is rare. It is rarefied air.
मुझे लग रहा है खत्म कर देगी इसमें ये फैन और डुअल ही नहीं आना चाहिए भाई डुअल में
stood the test of time. Many Airdays have come and gone.
आज तक साला खराब ही हुआ है
been here for all of these years.
क्लच भाई pray for me एक साइड सबमिट किया है हो गया तो 500% पक्का डन by all players
knows the talent that they've got but
doesn't know what the ceiling is.
This is the ultimate test though.
All right, bro. Big game, chat. Big game. Big game for NRG.
Once again clash. This time the arena is
Yep, NRG ये जीतेगी.
NRG look to end the series and book their ticket to Sao Paulo.
Yep. And G2's qualification. Yes, sir.
Already a walk up mid though from
Mid walk up. बा अब इस देखने में मजा तो आता है. 3 लोग मिड पे रुके हुए हैं. वाह जी वाह. Good trades की को. बाकी तीनों बीमेन घुस गए बीमेन रीटेक पे छोड़ दिया एनआरजी ने अरे skirmisher
the Kiko Jet and the Mata Phoenix Neon be damned the Kiko Jet is hitting.
What is it with hand cannon 3Ks in our pistol rounds? Everyone's doing it.
Here they
in the post plant. Airday is very separate from Davi. There's a window here where he can't intervene either.
Up against the world.
And he is caught. Too many places to be looking, and Airday was not in position. Perhaps a miscalculation by Airday. Wasn't able to get in crow's nest in time to be relevant there.
Ayakashi is crazy, no?
Synergy already off to a hot start, continuing the momentum from that first map. I do wonder if this is a look that they're going to be
Tethered Realm भी अच्छा है. Tethered Realm वाला भी जो है ना वो भी अच्छा लगता है.
With this Jet
Prosperity.
Phoenix, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the
Come here, skirmisher! Come here, skirmisher! Get that orb. Let's go, bro.
And a meme is born. NRG have always been a team that wants to go their own way.
Loud करेगा comeback.
A double duelist of a flavor that
one side खत्म करेगी NRG. NRG मैप पे बहुत अच्छी खेलती है.
One of the benefits of them having Kiko on this team
उनके macros बहुत प्यारे हैं मैप पे मेरे भाई.
With pretty unbelievable flexibility.
Don't know too many controller duelists myself.
He can be a star on anything. He was playing Chamber for them as well. Any agent they need him on, he can play and is also liable to be your top fragging player.
Good dash in and TP, bhai.
Forced back, but not in much real danger against the classics.
Light speed from the Tigazino allows him to circumvent the main choke and get into the site easily, but better weapons win more often than not.
Good flash, bhai. Ek flash to retake.
Yep, back to stat padding. Things continue this way.
अमेरिका कास्टिंग मजा नहीं आता. हाँ, थोड़ा तो ऐसे नींद आता है ऐसा लगता है.
Top of the charts. Yeah,
maybe it's the time.
Sort by any statistical category.
Perhaps this time an MVP candidacy that could not be questioned.
It's funny too, off the back of a stage in which I think NRG's kind of like team play and well-roundedness is the focus of why they were 5-0. There wasn't one guy carrying them, one guy putting up obscene numbers compared to the crowd. I mean, in contrast, for Loud, you have Luke Show, Tikazine, rated top 4 players in stage 2. NRG just kind of all over the place. They're all contributing.
There is no one below a 1.03 rating on this team. They are all looking very nice in the stats department. Some more than others, Brook.
Flooding vision.
That gate crash going up mid.
Cancelled.
But it applies pressure to Brock. He has to be concerned that it could be
कसम मैप के हर एक crucial point पे एक player है NRG का भी.
On the bonus, Kiko looks to leverage that share of stopping power. Still plenty of time to work the map, but it's likely Loud will try and end it B and maybe keep people interested in that A side with some of this Soviet.
B हो रहा है. बस एक ड्रोन करेगा, बाकी भी हिट है.
Heavy pings on that B side.
वो देखो, एक क्लोन और ड्रोन पे फेक कर रहे हैं. कोई रोटेशन नहीं. मेरे भाई सामने ब्रोंज वाली टीम खेल रही है.
Let's find out. Up we go. Hits the better there. Okay, the flash on towards Kiko. Looked like it was enough. Lucho's taken down by the Sheriff. Mata inches forward, but Erde's already well and truly in position. This is giving Haven from yesterday. Always TPing forward. He is front and center, demanding the spotlight.
Drop Scuba was in some
उन के लिए को अच्छा ही हो गया. It's still a 3v3.
For Loud and they could
bonus round is super good for them.
Just the paranoia here for Ethan.
Davi का mid flank आ रहा है.
It's going to be a nasty brawl around this corner, but the loose end is Davi. Making his way towards that heaven side, and Erde is imperious in this spot. Davi will have a perfect timing to leave Scuba all on his own. Surrounded by foes, and Erde snatches up 3.
Chill bro, he's just 18 years old.
You mentioned it, but it was against Furia. It was on Haven that so many of those Loud execs involved multiple TPs from Erde, whether it was tucking super far forward into a corner or just
माड़ा की गलती थी ये राउंड में तो NRG का था.
TPing into it, same time double duelist.
उसका आइडिया नहीं था.
He runs out the smoke. That was flattening the Furia defense. And it feels like we might be getting more of the same, but that is where Loud looked most potent. See if NRG have the answer.
NRG looked to try and fight ahead of that early action on Ascent. Here that maybe isn't so easy.
Kiko ult पे खेल रहा है.
The exec coming up, the NRG cash is low.
Fast mid hit.
Round for Loud to take, but
Ethan को kill मिल गया.
on this flank down
the
mid.
flash is good. नहीं
Loud
bad.
forget to account for mid. And Ethan takes liberties to the
Numbers
tune of a
सकते हैं.
huge frag on Luke Show.
Oh, Davi का position never mind, bro.
Yep, that hurts Davi.
Brutal.
He was winning all those timings yesterday, though, so the pendulum swings. Now Scuba and Kiko are going to throw themselves at this problem, but Erde is more than hardened enough to handle them. Scuba doubles back, didn't want to take the fight. Tikazine now spotted out, going very low, playing out towards that coast side. Erde softened up by the shocks and eventually brought down by Scuba. Darker Heel will be flashed and pushed.
भाई इस बार ये लोग कितना प्यारा मिड लिया. ईथन ने आके जल्दी मिड लिया, एक मारा गायब.
That moment against Davi was pretty defining for the post plan. That goes the other way. Feels like Loud win the round. It's really just the tiniest little moment of timing that has such a significant cascading effect. But credit to Ethan for putting them in the winning position in the first place.
Just that lurk up mid, straight up.
Round ही Ethan ने निकाल दिया भाई. कोई सेंटी नहीं खेल रहा.
Takes some stones to make the move, but Ethan makes the perfect read.
भाई इसमें वाइपर अभी
मैंने
अभी ध्यान दिया भाई. NRG तो ब्रीज वाला कॉम्प खेल रही है यहाँ पे बे.
Of running a sentinel-less comp, one that's going to be heavily reliant on big execs into sites
and then popping and fighting on the defense side.
Definitely susceptible.
Fast A, fast B, fast A, fast B, fast A.
He's already been hit with the stopping power of none other than the Brockmeister. It's a trade.
Flash,
They got deep down into security. That left Ethan on an island.
Loud always with an exec plan and a teleport behind from Erde to get the flank. And NRG, it looked like they might have had
certified बढ़िया होनी चाहिए.
Adjustment to that situation.
The flash is bad, bro.
Pay off. A kill for Marduk here means a run it back. Can he snowball this one around? Cheeky lob with the molly. I see the idea, but there's Cooper finding two.
Dorko just can't get that trade.
Kiko's actually in a relevant position. Up towards tower, especially now with Davi having been spotted out. He can find a line on this, but gets accosted by Luke Show. He intuits that movement. And Davi is able to fend for himself.
So I mentioned the NRG made a little adjustment there. It was Brock specifically. The smoke comes down, he just goes right in. I mean, someone is diving in this weather. It's Airday, it's the Whaley. Someone is getting in this smoke. So he just preempts them by getting that free kill when Tikazine appears in front of his crosshair. But while that's going on, Airday is already teleported behind.
At least immortal.
And it's got them crunched.
Obviously, Tikazine does not have a cloudburst to dive into, but there's plenty of analogs for that.
Timeout नहीं लिया बे.
NRG were really avoiding situations on their ascent defense where anchors were getting caught in sight going
वे
down.
लोग फिर से fast भी कर रहे हैं भाई.
Here, and Lau just want to run it back into this A site. Classic combo of ultimates coming through. Tikazine gets that opener.
ये लोग अपने firepower पे सब कुछ करते हैं.
Right about now, and Ethan is very low, hoping for a one and
Last
done.
round
Something
को
through
copy
smoke,
paste
something
है round.
churlish perhaps. No.
Omen ult की जगह Yoru ult है बस ये बार.
It was a force buy, half buy here for NRG, just a couple of rifles in the mix. Bonkar's already considering a timeout. Just the save down to try and keep a cap on this loud
winnable.
Begin to burgeon in round total.
Thank you for the membership, Jawad bhai.
More than just Tickle Scuba, who's armorless. In goes to the site. It's Kiko.
हो गया. अब Ethan भाई round निकलवा लेंगे.
Cloudburst.
That's it.
Airday is racking up kills. When he is on this Omen and he gets more proactive, you see him light up.
2 rounds चाहिए था Ethan को बस.
I just want to confirm the round win by using all those relevant ults. It's taking me back to 2025.
Stuck हो गया start from Iron 2. Let's go मेरे भाई.
Dimensional Drift Hunter
That's
Fury
huge.
combos.
You say that, but obviously we're about to find a NRG ultimate economy peak, so to speak. The runner back from Marta, cheap.
Fast B, 5 men. 5 men A, 5 men B, 5 men A, 5 men B. B-men fighting. Yep, good flash.
Play ahead, perhaps. Oh, nice little saturate there on towards
nice.
Impact. To be Mana and Kiko lining him up, and this is a straight up push out from NRG. Mixing a little bit of spice, why don't you?
That's a really crazy play. That's sick from NRG.
अबे round 10 सेकंड में खत्म हो गया क्या?
I mean, were they listening? They just immediately hit them with the run it back Hunter's Fury ult combo, ran it down on them. Thought the counter use might have been good.
ये Valorant देखने में तो अलग ही लग रहा है बे.
Comes to an Armada, they catch Ethan, but
fast mid push.
Irrelevant.
देख रहे हो?
Hunter's Fury's through. Kiko's already pushed down mid. They get a little bit of contact and just blow up the B side.
It did interrupt the push timing for NRG off the site though. They're still able to find success with the second player.
वापस 5 men.
We're doing it again.
कोई map में कोई player नहीं है इनका कहीं और.
No reaction from Loud to the flash.
Kiko CCL come in. Here's that reckoning. Kiko has to drop down and play coast, but that's where the paranoia was intended for.
Ethan.
TP behind him. He could find a moment here. Tikazino is just pulling his way through.
नीचे देख
Ethan. That leaves NRG with a staging ground, but they know Ethan is here. Surely they do. Darker brought down, spraying desperately as Ethan, but Luxo cuts into the quick.
Luxo reposition अच्छा किया. निकाल लिया round.
But all NRG need to do is get a strong opener.
Scuba just caught in the side. Luxo is tearing them apart on this round. Loud play quick. NRG try to respond even quicker, but they can't come up with the kills.
भाई वो लोग फ्लैश स्पैम किए बैक साइड कीको को पकड़ने के लिए.
It's all a great idea, but
Omen flash, Harbor flash, Yoru fake TP.
Come away with the important kills. You can see like on the site again. I mean,
कीको पकड़े साइड काटे लिंक पुश करने का ट्राई किए मर गया. Cancel.
Plan.
Bad guy जाके.
Like the reckoning cuts off the entire right side of the site. The paranoia cuts off the cliff side of site, and then there's also the stun thrown in by the Harbor that connects on a Kiko. It's like every position an anchor could possibly be in is getting hit by.
W gaming कर रहे हैं लोग.
Just Tikazine fighting there in Link.
देखो Kiko better है क्या side में?
That side pretty quickly. It was tough for Kiko, right? He has to play against that Al drone early into a paranoia that forced him off the boxes into coast, and he got crunched.
अब change किया इन लोग ने.
Remember, Loud aren't playing with a Sentinel.
अब 3-2 खेल
So
रहे हैं.
NRG can work them out. We saw Ethan
Mid to
find
B.
success with that lurk up mid. They're always going to be on a clock because they have no trips, no way of early
NRG
detection
defense
for
half
these wide
मुश्किल हो
flanks.
सकता है अगर shoot नहीं करे
I'm
तो.
seeing the vision with this
पर NRG attack half बहुत अच्छा रहेगा.
Go for big exits on attack, and then it keeps Luke Shaw in a position to be a good opping agent on defense. Hey, it does make sense. Ethan is playing up at Ben. Luke Shaw's been using these fake TPs just to
हल्का सा mid fake.
Kiko is solo on B
फिर
right
gather
now.
up करके
Somebody's
B main
drawn
hit.
ladder across that early.
Kiko बहुत risky position खेल रहा है.
Forcing to play here, leaving the B side so light on players. Kiko can get one. Oh, Erde's just a little bit too quick with it, but the insistence from Kiko, he gets himself up in the crow's nest. This is now going to throw Loud into disarray. They've got to hit this B side, but they know. There's a backstab presence established now with this jet.
The drive for util, no ultimates. They know they have to fight forward, find an opening somewhere, take an amount of space, but they can't. The paranoia pushes them back, and NRG are fast to collapse.
Top clock is ticking down, but Ethan emerges and gets rid of Luke Shaw. Now we start to see Kiko get active. He knows he needs to get involved and not just wait for someone to come and clear him. Tigazine mowing him down again, bullying his way through Link.
Oh my God.
Still no plant. Still no plant. Davi alone now has to find a way out of this round when he knows the enemy duelist is virtually in his spawn.
Tigazine is an absolute demon.
Nice,
The
double up
movement
कर दिए,
there
beautiful.
is Crazy.
Always getting more value than you'd expect in those Link and
So
Davi के लिए winnable है. Plant मिल जाएगा उसको easily. Plant कोई contest नहीं करेगा.
Of his stage so far yesterday against Furia, yet to make his mark on this game.
दोनों चिपक के खेल रहे हैं बे. दोनों सारे swings expect कर रहे हैं.
Double face here from NRG, and he knows it.
Nice. Davi को info नहीं मिलेगा, वो खुद swing करेगा.
Not from Link, but from heaven. That's where the enforcers come.
And NRG who couldn't wait for him to peak, but he's not giving them anything just yet. Patience.
NRG are going to clear this box though. Shorty's now being reachable. They know it's going to get up close and personal. No pleasantries exchanged. Scuba simply ejects Davi from the round.
भाई कीको क्या खेला ना वहाँ पे लेज पे एक मारा ऊपर चला गया.
Overshadowing everything, but credit to Kiko. This was a round-winning play early on.
Holy shit, भाई.
Accelerate as well from Loud. They've got to go. And somehow they still get so close.
अगर स्कूबा यार ट्रेड नहीं लेता ना तो गेम बजा दिया था भाई.
Did you see how I got out, bro?
Yeah, we did. We were just talking about it, bro. And then just diving away into nest. That was sick.
Breakup के बाद ऐसे वाह.
He got audacious, asking for more. Wide swing in that angle against Erde and is rewarded for it.
5-man beat. Yep.
Erde jiggle picked it. He kind of knew there'd be something going on. I hear a blade storm. Kiko evading himself of the knives.
बस लुक शो मिड होल्ड किया है कि ईथन जल्दी पुश ना कर दे मिड.
Which NRG have been just so happy
नहीं तो ये मिड से इन्फो ले रहा है बस.
Mid with the dimensional drip trying to spot everyone out towards B, can teleport back to the pack who are making their way into the site.
स्कूबा साइड में अल्ट खोला. लिंक पे अल्ट खोला.
Timing up the drone, but he's exposed for it.
It's a multi-swing though already for him. Brook somehow stays alive.
जरूरत ही नहीं थी.
Tigazine again just doing the most. We're in a post plant now with the pit allowing NRG a way to get back into the B side.
Timing.
And a sneaky backstab potential here for Mada. Tigazine's been dealt with. Davi now making his way out. This is uncomfortable! And Davi finds in the second is nuts! Ridiculous headshot taking Brock out of the game, and now the brow of NRG has to furrow. Kiko's going for it. Erde drops down. In for a penny, in for a pound. It's time to get this round win.
भाई हम कहाँ खेल रहे हैं?
Inside the cloudburst, desperation. Shorty fires off, and Erde is there. 6 health left, 5 more than he needs. Loud get to parity.
Happy to thrive in the
बीच राउंड में 2 प्लेयर आजू-बाजू खड़े थे. फिर दोनों स्मोक में गायब हो गए कुछ लोग.
Loud are becoming aware. You can see the way they're playing that they're very concerned about these flanks coming through with their lack of sentinel. And just narrowly, Davi catches Mata. That is so ridiculous. I can't believe that. Oh my God.
At that point, Erde's just going to be the zoomer he was born to be.
भाई मैंने अपनी बंदी से ब्रेकअप किया सिर्फ जिम जाने की मोटिवेशन के लिए. अभी हफ्ते बाद वो भी छोड़ दिया. अबे तो आदमी लीचड़ है भाई फिर.
Okay, Mada's going to drop down a little bit here and lower his head.
माडा नाले में अटक गया.
How accurate is he going to be?
भाई माडा को कैसे क्लियर करेंगे?
That's actually a
disgusting. The fuck is that position to play?
Tigazine just got banged there.
Let him walk.
How did that happen?
माडा को रखने दो.
What's going on? Loud are playing this round. The most patient they've played any round on attack.
Dangerous for Luxo. Gives himself up, but it's just bandits to play into, and Ethan shows himself.
And it's those bandits that are the cause for the patience.
This is going to precipitate the acceleration into the A side now, Wyatt. Luxo has done more than just sell this.
Gone off. With NRG showing a willingness to inject some aggro plays on defense, Loud are playing patient, they wait that out.
Bro, what is Erde's game sense?
Well, Luxo's really just brought them back into this.
Recon.
Okay, that's a nice little recon. Shot attempted. 3 for Luxo. Mana with a timing, and he finds 2. That's all he's going to have. Brock gets a weapon, but he's hit with his paranoia. Has to duck back behind the site. He's got to fight quickly to get the duel, but there's no idea where Erde could come from.
That round really just comes down to Luxo being able to find all those picks, getting the kills, and inherently just selling for the defenders to rotate over towards him. I mean, that is. I swear, it's like only he can do that.
He like uses his.
Luxo कुछ भी देता है बे.
He like just takes contact and beats 2 players on that B side of the map.
Top 10 red spot
softening up this A main hit, so it's so
He's playing Yoru right now.
अच्छा था उसको खेलना चाहिए वो spot बार बार.
Just take it back for a second.
कोई मिड आएगा ही नहीं.
Yoru right now. His entire career he played.
Put your boy Darker on Harbor.
Only one duelist, there's like 100 rounds of Phoenix, and here he is playing Yoru in the playoffs.
Runner back available for the last round of NRG's defense.
किसी कोई flash लग गया बे.
Clone shot. Mana trying to get a comfy spot here, but behind this toxic screen, he finds one.
बाप रे Erde दो मारा.
Actually brought down, but it's decent value off that. Run it back.
How fast is that adjustment from Erde to deny the swing out from Kiko? Makes it 1-for-1. Darker gets the reckoning, and he wants to use it straight away. In conjunction with Derby, Hunter's Fury, it just forces NRG away.
It drives a wedge between NRG and the side.
Not a lot of damage, but a lot of time
Mada
wasted.
still gets one.
Brock's out, drawing gets out there. Mada's found his 3rd kill of the round. This is getting a little dicey now for Loud. Darker trying to find the line. Great timing, but it's traded. It's all on Davi. With the speculative Hunter's Fury earlier. He's going to be a push out of smoke. It's tough to windows, and Mada finally.
Yeah, revenge. Revenge for the timing in the last round. Getting out of that smoke just as Davi looks away.
He's been trying to work the map, trying to put flank pressure on, but luck just hasn't been on his side. He made it for himself in that round. And this game continues to impress. It continues to delay NRG. Fight back into the B side. Mada with the run it back, is able to turn that into a kill.
Crazy.
And then fight his way through.
Loud are playing at their pace, controlling the tempo of the game and finding more success than honestly at just brute forcing their way into these sites and killing the anchors when they can. It's a pretty solid attack app, all things considered. They didn't win the pistol, but they still put up 6.
Tied game on Abyss. We're going to head to a break and see what NRG's attack side has for us.
League World Championship. ये कहाँ हो रही है बे? Worlds 2026. World Championship. बताओ League of Legends के championship को Worlds बोलते हैं.
Big pressure in these matches. Do you do anything different to prepare for a playoff?
Imagine being so legendary, bro.
Not really individually, but
New York में, holy shit, भाई.
A lot of practice. We had 2 weeks
Possible
break
नहीं
coming
है.
into this, so pretty prepared. I feel like, so it's going to be a good game today.
Good luck.
जी बाहर नहीं होनी चाहिए, please. नहीं होगी. NRG अटैक ये अब चिल मार 3-4 इवेंटों को 1 महीने में. वाह यार, लेट्स गो मेरे भाई. कीप किलिंग इट. बीस्ट मोटर टू प्ले वैल्यू. बीस्ट मोटर तो कोई भी बोले उठा लो भाई. तो सोता नहीं है क्या? नहीं यार सोया, आज 1 घंटा सोया. अबे यार थोड़ा टाइम है भाई मेरे. देख आज बताओ मैं तेरे को आज सैटरडे आ गई आज पैसिफिक है EME है रात को अमेरिका से वो शायद ही देखूंगा फिर उसके बाद परसों EME है फाइनल खत्म बचा ही क्या फिर फिर 15 दिन बाद नहीं फिर 4 दिन बाद है पैसिफिक फिर चैंपियंस ही है सीधा
in the hands of a man who never plays duelist or Yoru. Tikazine is caught by Mata, traded out by Luke Show, and Ethan responds.
Good trades!
NRG dangerous here, trading up, leaving Erde, who has also taken this game into his own hands, left in a 1v3. Talked about how he had to call against the mastermind, the maestro, the puppet king. But Erde has fragged out this game. First in to the side a lot of the time with these TPs forward. Little entry omen. Just going to find his way out of this. The double up, I think, is going to be a little bit too much there towards B main. Tuba biding his time. There is just no rush for NRG.
That will result in NRG winning both of the pistols in this game. Uphill battle for Loud continues against a team that has history on this map, a reason to consider it a home. I mean, I still think back to their first game at Champions last year against EDG. They start that tournament down 2-10 on Abyss, run it back to win OT. That is the statement they made to open that tournament and then close it with the trophy lift. This is their comfort zone.
Now Loud on defense though. Remember, Yoru has that ability to be pretty omnipresent across these sites. Just going to get this one over with.
वाह यार.
So keep an eye out for that gate crash allowing Luke Show to
स्कूबा उधर से देख के उन लोग को भर रहा है.
With a 5-second increase on its duration.
पिस्टल में शेरिफ ज्यादा और यूटिल्स कम ले रही है. अच्छा है ना 2 बॉडी शॉट चिपकानी होते हैं तो क्या मतलब? भाई मैं तो पहले से सोचता था कोई टीम ऐसा करती क्यों नहीं है.
Back to their previous antics. That's terrifying. We're Americas.
भाई एक्चुअली अमेरिकास में एक गैम्बल कर सकती है टीम दूसरे राउंड पिस्टल जीत के बाई नहीं करो.
Statistically, they've struggled on these rounds.
वो लोग गिर के मरी जाएंगे. पैसा बचा लेते हैं. देखो देखो. एक गन रखते हैं.
Probably the biggest weakness that they had in the team through their run, and it's around they cannot afford to lose.
Full buy round खेल रहे.
NRG are on pace to make it into that upper final, lock up a spot in Sao Paulo.
Loud deny 5-volt orbs from NRG. No early run it back. No Hunter's Fury online.
It does stifle that. Double duelist snowball just a bit.
But still, it means that that pistol is literally worth 2 rounds. And those are the numbers that are going to matter when the dust settles on Abyss.
ये रेडी शॉक डार्ट लेके डावी भाई.
No defensive pops from Loud here, despite being on a double duelist.
Alright, 3-man towards B. Yoru TP गया, मतलब heaven ही खेलेगा वो.
Erde with a bit of an off angle. Luke Show playing that high ground, looking for something early off the rip, and they get it. Luke Show takes a dink on the way down, and Scuba scoops him up. Erde rewarded for that position, but he's not going to be able to use it again. That's a one and done. Darker though steps into the fray.
Good round, right? Good round.
Loud tear NRG limb from limb.
Perfect paranoia from Erde. Triple connection off that. NRG are completely shut down trying to get into the site. Definitely helps when your jet is removed from the picture due to spam straight away. No one to break the crosshairs, dive forward. And when the rest of them are left to just try to run through a high tide, it is cooked. It is so cooked.
This is will outdo it. This is NRG's map pick. They lose theirs ultimately in a bit of a anticlimactic way.
एक round का lead है.
No harm, no foul. Luke Show still in the game. Gate crash was there anyway, so he probably would have picked himself back up from the Abyss.
That clean round win has done a lot of work towards stabilizing this Loud economy.
भाई स्कूबा ये expect कर रहा है.
Not winning the pistol.
Let's go.
A clear of A main now might give an opportunity to punish a walk up behind this.
Blink वो काफी है.
What? What did he say?
Do they know he's there? No.
Do they not know?
They're pinging it. They're not certain though. Oh, and now they see it.
Oh, कसम surprise दे दिया था.
Quieter attack side for our Waylay player. Tikazine hasn't been able to assert himself on this map.
He can jump throw that stun if NRG.
Oh, they're contacting, bro. Still contacting.
Tickerzin would love to find a frag and fall off this line to security. No, he's just going to get on out of there. Full retake protocols in effect here for Loud.
Loud love to set up a big retake though, or a big flood straight away when the spike is tapped. They're trying to get players in position to do just that. Rotates are a little bit late. It's going to be the full retake.
Now on the double duelist, they love the big side executes.
Amen.
But they're going to have to give up priority to do so.
भाई कोई तो flank जाएगा बहुत जल्दी.
That wall goes in. Mata has left himself entrenched in sight while the rest of the team are just back out in main. Here come Loud. What can Mata do on his own, playing in the smoke?
Mata क्या position खेल रहा है?
It'll be nasty to find a timing. He's waiting for someone to come and explore this. Just through the smoke, some ultra cringe post plant setups for you with Mata.
ये क्या post plant setup है?
It's all too easy.
ये क्या setup है भाई?
Oh yeah, that's an impish grin from the Giants.
कुछ भी उल्टा सीधा जाता तो की को भी था वेंट में.
Just multiple spam kills. We'll see on the replay, but regardless, it's cool how Scuba has that wall position to cross A because it could allow for players to creep back out main and fight if they need to. That was a crazy catch from Brock. They just make that look so effortless.
Ethan भाई ऐसे बोल रहे हैं. Plan ही यही था.
Let's go. Dub is a dub.
Ready नहीं थे क्या scene?
NRG now have a chance to really build on this. They just for the sheriff.
Odin क्या करेगा निकाल के?
They grouped up towards this A side of the map.
क्या ही spam कर लेगा?
Loud try and defend on this A side.
And the orb here. CT on the left, guys.
We're blocking heaven. Nice.
Wait, get one.
You have heaven.
CT, flooding left.
Back left side.
He's pinged.
You're Harbor heaven. Come here, heaven.
They're gonna jump out.
Guys,
chill. Slow.
Hold spawn. Listen. I'm balling on heaven. You can plan. Go help spawn.
Slow, guys.
Relax, guys. Please chill.
Spawn. I'm getting out. I'll flash back there.
Nick comes.
Spawn to the fish.
What's up?
Walk away. You guys are good. Harbor was heaven. Walk away at him.
We can run now?
Wait. No. We're in no rush. I'm gonna re-smoke heaven in 3.
I'm running. Come on.
Are you ready? Go ahead, I'm going. Smoke heaven.
भाई तीन लोग बोले chill.
What if you maybe watch mid rotate? No, it's fine.
खुद चिल्लाने लग गए थे.
Good spacing the whole way. This guy could be snappy.
We never start darker.
He was heaven. He was early, way earlier. Viper roll. I'm gonna hold flank. I'm just gonna stay in window.
I'm gonna ult side, guys. I'm ult side.
Can you guys play out after Scoot gets bombed down? Let me plan while you ult.
Heaven already.
I'm flashing. He's gonna walk out. I have to jump out. Ethan has you guys.
I got you.
I can't see anymore. One lower in the smoke.
In the ult.
I have your back. Yeah, could be. I have your back, boys. Nice. Look forward. I have your back. I have after less. Fuck me. Could go up top, okay? I mean, you can't really do anything. Could walk above you.
I have a god spot. Don't worry.
I have a god spot as well. You guys are good. Yo, straight chilling. Drops. On me.
We're good.
Carry sandwich. He's gonna be flanking you. On you, sandwich. Could go top side as well.
I'm good, guys.
Nice.
Good job, guys. Guys, fucking calm and the hectic shit there.
Yeah.
For a team
यार कितने लेट तक comms दिखाते हैं यार Pacific में क्यों नहीं दिखाते इतना लेट तक
comms? It was for them to calm the hell down, just to keep the comms tight and not get carried away. That's what Loud do to a team.
Yeah, that constant application of pressure, but it is the ability to calm down, the efficiency and the communication that just clearly separates NRG from the rest of the team. Listen to the way that they speak to each other. It is just that championship level of efficiency.
But the temptation to scream into the void and run it down against this Loud team, I can see it's there for NRG.
Oh, it looks so holy shit. Deleted the shit out of Ethan, bro.
There for Luke Show.
Loud win here could change the game. They're on the eco, judge for air day, a stinger for darker. It's still going to be tough to close this out, even with the 5-on-4. But that could be the first domino for them to win a round 18 that could put them in position to actually tie this game up. Look at the status of some of the ults as well. With Luke Show just one away from the drift, Darker does have the Reckoning.
गन अभी भी रिकवर नहीं किया.
Absolutely.
A पे 2, B पे 3.
Where they can win.
Arborald बहुत बड़ी होने वाली है.
Come to fruition.
अगर लेट राउंड खेली NRG तो.
Execute. Going to be coming through in a moment.
Oh, this judge is big, bro.
Makes sense. But NRG have to know they're on a save. Have to know that something could be afoot. They're going to wait this out. Walking up. In fact, is able to get 2. That is max value. Davi, though, won't be allowed to escape back inside security.
It's a great catch from Kiko. They're trying to flip the map. Luke Show, oh my god, just tucks back around the corner, gets the jump spot as well.
He wants that fight. Kiko desperately wants an engagement.
What? The Loud players need to link up together.
Brook and Kiko both tapped up pretty heavy.
What can Darker do with this Reckoning? NRG want to fight in front of it. Kiko wants to find that kill before it even comes through. Here it is.
Right, seen up by Kiko. Fast reaction now, playing into the Reckoning. That is insanely audacious.
Luke Show down out of security.
The Harbor ultimate. Absolutely gutting for NRG.
From the opening share of kill to Airday, just claiming that smoke with the judge, gets the 2.
वो डार्कर एकदम बराबर एंगल बनाया किस साइड काटे
in the game.
I'm starting to believe that's the kind of round. The last couple of rounds we listen into NRG, they sound agitated. Kiko desperately looking for a fight in security.
That was good. Kiko City खेल सकता था
here for this young squad.
पर साले वो City info भी नहीं था यार. बेचारे को नहीं पता था कैसे रैप कर रहे हैं लोग.
And NRG still have a buy. But that dimensional drift you referred to is now on
Eco round निकाल ली भाई.
Huge
Eco round is big, chat.
In the way of Loud's economy. NRG now in trouble, but Luke Show's caught before he can even teleport. And now NRG are going to accelerate, especially given they've already got the teleport in from Ethan. From the shadows, gets him into the middle of the site.
खुद से गलती करते नीचे देख. ओए वार्स खेल रहे बैठे.
Darker not spotted by that, but don't think it'll be relevant.
NRG are going to surmise he'll pick that spot up eventually, but this is some of the A-main presence being neutralized.
Loud are making an adjustment. NRG all played from A-main last time. Let's flank behind them and apply that pressure, divide their attention.
Might able to run it back here, but he's not actually pushing off the side.
Hoping that that's an answer, but he's not even going to spot out a player. Loud waited out. The clock runs low, but they have to move right now.
Engage, post-plant, cringe to maximum.
Beautiful,
on the side is Ethan. Waiting there, TP'd forward now, going to play around these smokes. Early on the touch, and it's going to be Ethan dropping down. Not gentle whatsoever. NRG within 2 rounds of Sao Paulo.
Their post plants are just so frustrating to play against. Everyone out in main, and then just leave the smoke in sight, leave someone inserted in it, just dancing around, staying alive when the clock is low. Jump right back in to kill the diffuser.
Wonderful, guys. Wonderful, bro.
2 rounds away, and NRG lock up that spot in Sao Paulo.
Loud का अगर ये हारती तो मैच किसके साथ है Loud का?
Game, but their hopes are just
easy के साथ लगेगा ना. MIBR उसके winner के साथ है.
Topping the boards right now with 20 kills, but he's going to have to go beyond that, lead this young team against an NRG who have done it all, who have been so consistent since this iteration of the roster began. They've made every global, won champions, top 2 finish at EWC. These guys have never slipped up. They've always stayed at the top. And man, in stage 2, one of the reasons for that has been Scuba just quietly leading the league in the KAST,
that number is
a testament to just how much of a consistent factor he is for the team, just being an actual rock of their play.
Kill, assist, survive, trade. That's what that stat means. He is always relevant, or he's always maintaining his weapon.
Next match, Baby Bay ace करने वाला.
We never really see that number get so high. It's the quiet achiever stat, but Scuba likes it just that way. 17 and 10 here on the map. NRG smacked down a resurgent Loud in that previous encounter. And NRG with a win here, not only make it to Sao Paulo, they'll qualify for champions.
Lucho trying to push down mid fast.
Contact. Good spam.
Weak. Caught on the run, but gets one with the judge and gets away.
Always the judge. Mata, though, is hungry for revenge. Loud want redemption after that previous round. Onto the side we go, but again, you're on a timer. Luke Show is nipping at your heels. From another dimension, sure. Darker wants to get involved as soon as possible and catches Ethan as he backs away. That is key, not his friend today. And Luke Show emerges from a tear in reality to tear one in Scuba.
Loud have been consistently winning the rounds out of Roman Illy's timeout calls. That time they give NRG no space to get the spike down. Luke Show's pushed down mid immediately. Just as NRG are trying to take space in the site, they've already lost the space behind them. And as they feel the pressure to go
NRG
forward,
पीछे का space खाई तो आगे का लेने गई आगे का भी मार.
Loud absolutely worked them.
Not many teams.
Brock भाई को किधर भेजा था भाई?
To NRG. Very, very few.
Solo play बजा सकती है Loud को.
Here comes Tigazine in your face, but NRG are ready for it. They're ready for this early action. And
Armada दो
spin
बारा.
down through smoke. Loud might have had the fastest obscurity to notoriety arc I've ever seen from a Valorant team at this level.
3 round में NRG ने early round अच्छे start किए फिर हार गई.
Loud know that they're going to end on this A site. Why would they not?
3 लोग stack किए पे 5v3 on side. This is winnable. This is very winnable.
He's trying to swing the wall, but he can't work it adequately. It's going to be Erda. They're doubling down yet again out on the side. It's Darker. This anchoring from Loud, impeccable. Leaving Scuba and Bork dragging themselves away.
Scuba on dreadfully low HP. Darker still with a decent kit of utility to work with as well. Smokes for Erde. They've got tools in this 2 versus 2.
Brock को mid छोड़ रहा है अकेला healthy बंदा है.
Scuba and Bork being convinced of Loud's locations.
सुन लिया.
Bork has got himself set up.
नहीं Brock मेरे भाई.
Erde is ready for it. And Scuba is sitting on a paltry 37 points of health.
The last player in the server I want to run into is exactly who Brock finds. No charges. Erde's just patient, waiting for Darker. Double up, play around this high tide, play around the utility, close this out against the weak Scuba.
It's time to see that KAST stat go to work. It's Scuba on 2 health. 2. And Erde is speculating, looking for him, knows he is low. Looks like he's going to get up on that high ground.
This is the game on the line right now.
Scuba's heard it, and Erde gets his 4th. Kicking and screaming. Demanding from Loud that they follow in his footsteps.
देख रहे हो 3 round से NRG को early round अच्छी start मिल रही है पर round Loud का हो रहा है.
Going to go, of course they'll just exec A. Get our 3 players
5v3
over there, but you're still not expecting them to win. NRG have been just annihilating that site every time they
Hi
enter.
Mayuresh bhai. Which team do you think will reach final?
But this time, on the most important of rounds, with no advantages,
नहीं मेरे भाई ये कौन सा है?
Loud are able to lock it down, force the timeout call, send NRG's economy reeling, clawing back into this game. 10 rounds on the board. They haven't won either of the pistols, and they are making it this damn close. That's why you hear more discomfort at the beginning of those NRG comms. There are not many teams in the world that can push them into that space of disruption. And they have to lock back in. That's why Bonko's getting in there.
कल सुबह कॉलेज है बगैर सोए जाऊंगा अब क्यों यार
this game out. It is within their hands right now.
NRG map pool Breeze 100% है
this NRG map pool they suffer you'd think with Breeze exiting but we expected this to be a comfortable spot for them to return to.
Yeah, exactly. They're one of the teams that you imagine are
ये मैं बस पढ़ी की बात क्या की है सो गया 1 घंटा यार मेरे भाई
cooking everyone on Breeze. But if there were any map for them to come back
NRG बहुत अच्छा Breeze खेल रही
they're going to be pretty happy about that.
4-0.
And yet, Lana pushed them every step of the way. NRG not just fighting for a spot of Sao Paulo. A win here at 16 champions points today qualifies them for the most important event of the year. They will be in Shanghai for the win here.
The weight of making champions of trying to run it back could be released from their shoulders today. 2 rounds away. Loud are digging deep.
Kovac नाम था ना उसका.
They have to lock down this B site right now. That reckoning is well done from Darker.
Marlon was not ready to walk into that, and Ethan just gets shot from above. It's going to be Kiko trying to salvage the round. Hit with a snake bite, vulnerable. Sees a play across. Knows it's a clone. Now going to take the fight up close and personal. Winter ready for it. Showing on the right click. Runs out of silverware. Scooper and Brock, the former with a bucky hat to salvage. And that seems almost impossible. But we are post-plant inside the pit. With a shotgun, anything is possible.
Shocks are good for a bit of damage. Scuba is just trying to find the path to victory. Where can he stand? Where can he position himself? They're closing in from all angles. It might just be good for 1 kill and done, but he's able to escape.
He saw the traces, the plume from the shots. There's a bait on the side. That's two! Surely not! Scuba! With the bucket! Brought down by Luxo! Another almost round for Scuba. That's got to frustrate you.
The decay brought them all down to absolutely nothing. Oh my God.
How does Luxo win there?
The downed Loud players. Imagine being Darker watching that.
That could have been it. That could have been NRG finally breaking back into strength, getting to 12.
Stopping moment.
Oh, he sees the second.
Your current rank, bronze 3.
Luxo had the wrap on him. Very heads up.
Scuba has been so close in those moments.
Comeback हो गया, OT जाएगा शायद. नहीं. Eco था, NRG अब 2 राउंड में close कर देगी.
And now we have an even game. NRG's map
Early game अच्छा खेल रहे NRG.
Sideways.
बस देखना है post plant.
Loud wants to insert
या फिर mid rounding में क्या गलतियां हो रही है?
Early control of A main, forcing NRG to need to re-clear it, need to use some tools if they want to go back into the A exec that they have loved. Their bread and butter on this attack side, the catalyst for most of their round wins. Now, forced to slow things down in mid, adjust after Loud fight for that early control.
Your clone takes a jump off the map. Run it back, ready for Mata if he wants a free peek in at A. But Luxo is already working mid.
भाई Luxo के पास कितना info है बे?
A backstab staging ground later in the round, and Scuba does not have.
भाई वो आया तो है बहुत बार flank. सोचना चाहिए हाँ ये बात.
Teleport, just taking all that space on his
Smoke is good. Heaven space मिल जाएगा.
Is good.
Okay, just the Mata.
Oh, that's Scuba getting picked off, huge.
भाई flank आ सकता है. Heaven space give up कर दिया पर कोई need नहीं है.
Look at this adjustment from NRG though. Kiko has entrenched himself all the way into vents. Trying to play off of Mata. NRG are making a massive adjustment to their post-plant setup compared to the rounds before.
यार ये क्या setup है NRG का? Holy shit NRG!
Adjustment to be able to close this round out 5v4.
This was always planned. There was a deep smoke in towards that direction. It's inside the smoke, fighting for his life. It's one. Mata on the outside of the blaze wall sees their dash.
अभी तक Kiko revealed नहीं है.
The Tigazine's going to have another bite at it. He found Mata, but maybe not.
Bro, he's expecting Kiko.
That's two. Now Brock is alone.
Listen
NRG
to the timer.
Losing out in these moments though, but he doesn't have a line of sight on the site itself, and Luxo finds him.
नहीं यार.
Enough time for the defuse. The setup, the map point.
छी बे Kiko को कैसे expect किया उधर?
I can't believe we're here.
0-2 on pistol rounds. Every round Loud has won. They are fighting with every last breath that they can muster. These have been the closest rounds possible. Going down to 1v1s. Barely any time here in this 2 versus 1. Having to make those in the moment
NRG को जा Loud वाले close कर देंगे.
NRG's very different post-plant setup. Having both dual
NRG post-plant अभी कैसे नहीं खेल पा रही पता नहीं.
Tikazine, he dashes up, spots it out, refracts, wins that duel. If he loses that duel, the round is done. If they didn't have control of Heaven there, and both of the NRG duels were posted up, it's GG. That is NRG on match point. That is a defining win in that 1v1 for Tikazine. It's been a quiet game.
इस समय जियो वाले का फोन आ रहा है.
In a moment where he was
desperately
needing to do so.
And the best use case rather of that Wayla util we've seen all map. Getting the free peek, that free info, and refracting away. Then knowing exactly what he's walking into.
First time cover कैसे मिलते hospital में यार?
Of what he'd be walking into. He couldn't have predicted Kiko to be set up where he was. This is where we see that championship pedigree from NRG. On their road to glory in 25, they were behind in many games and had to orchestrate some of the most astounding comebacks. It's just one round in this game, but it is the round that matters. It's overtime, or it's map 3.
You never know, bhai. NRG लेके तो जाएगी OT.
Posted up outside.
Loud जीतेगी तो OT में जीतेगी. अरे भाई fast B push.
Flash around the corner. Mata gets the first.
They're going to blow their way through this one way or another. Valor is up,
मेरे भाई लोग बचा लो post plant.
He dismantles that
Luxo का भी ult है पर.
Luxo is trying to keep some space in the site. Is there an opening? Is there an angle, a way to bring it back?
Luxo क्या try करने जाएगा? Spot हुआ Luxo, good flash.
Info there for Ethan. Luxo has to gate crash on out.
3v4.
Up that position in the site.
अर्डे का flash आएगा इस ult पे.
Dimensional drift back in. Going to get the info.
Good flash, good flash, good flash.
Popped up behind them. The paranoia is good.
Perfect from Erde. Sets up Luxo, and now he's found a second. This could all go wrong for NRG. This could be the map. Marta trying to fight out the open, and it all falls to Brock. He's going to get swung. You can't be serious. Loud are fighting to untether themselves from every other era of this franchise. And a win against the 2025 World Champions would be just the pair of shears to cut the cord.
Yeah, find me one person in chat who didn't type GG 5 rounds ago that actually thought Loud was going to bring that back. They didn't win either pistol round. And yet they win it out. Crunch time, 13-11. Listen, we talked at the top of the map, setting up Erde versus Ethan, the IGL head-to-head, hey, beyond any level of calling. Erde absolutely fried them individually on some of the most critical rounds. That 3v5 hold on A side.
1, 2, 3,
that would have been
4,
the match point
5.
NRG round, and yet him and Darker just shut it down.
11-8 से.
Win, as hard fought as it gets, as close as they get. Loud. They had to dig so deep, but they are proving that when the pressure is on them,
चैट बात बताऊं, ये चारों पांचों राउंड जो जीते हैं ना, ये पांचों राउंड में ओपनिंग किल एनआरजी की होगी.
And we're going to Lotus. It was Loud being able to grab this map. A huge clutch from you. Massive clutch at the end of first Yoru. What do you feel?
तीन लोग तो इतना ही मारे भाई बस.
I'm so excited to that third map, and I'll back on Chamber on Lotus. So
are you gonna take the champions down?
Bro, ये लोटस पे मचा देगा तो?
I'll try.
Best of luck. Best of luck. We still got
खत्म करना था सोना भी यार. Next match देख रहा पता नहीं भाई अब.
Here to prove a point.
Genji T1 वो चैट MIBR का मैच है कल रात को फुरिया G2 MIBR फुरिया G2 MIBR EG है. ये तो मैं शायद ही देखूंगा ब्रो. उसके बाद मैच ही नहीं है बे. ग्रैंड फाइनल केसी का पैसिफिक का मैच नहीं है कल. पैसिफिक का लास्ट गेम है. फिर उसके बाद रात को EME है. फिर पैसिफिक खत्म. फिर मैं गुड नाइट करूंगा बढ़िया वाली कल रात को. संडे फाइनल देखेंगे EME का बैंगर. फिर मंडे को जाना है मेरे को बाहर. मंडे को जाऊंगा बाहर 31st गेमिंग स्ट्रीम. फिर गेमिंग स्ट्रीम 3 तारीख तक गेमिंग स्ट्रीम. 4 को ये है. नाइस यार, ब्यूटीफुल. NRG fucks up Lotus against Cloud. They can. नेक्स्ट ईयर समटाइम इंडियन प्लेयर होंगे पता नहीं भाई. इंडियन प्लेयर अच्छे तो बने गेम में पहले, तभी होंगे ना मेरे भाई. दिन रात मुंबई सर्वर खेल के रेडिएंट पहुंचेंगे तो कहाँ गेम में अच्छे होंगे. कंपटीशन के बारे में भनक ही नहीं होगी उनको. और फिर रोते रहेंगे अच्छी पिंग नहीं आती, ये नहीं होता, वो नहीं होता. जिनको पहुंचना होता है वो खेलते हैं भाई. मेरे आते एनआरजी डह गई, सो जाना चाहिए शायद. हर्ष भाई ऑनलाइन क्यों है बे? हर्ष भाई देख रहे हैं मैच? नहीं देख रहे होते तो आ जाते ना.
Dashes in, actually gets two. Could get his ace. The first one in Americas as he locks it down.
SG के 84 की पिंग में खेलता हूँ. Go for G, what would you do? Go top 10. Top 10 Radiant for 2 acts at least. Then only I'll consider myself as a qualified VCT player.
This map victory. Loud are tying up the series 1-1. We're heading to map 3 and everything is still on the line. What an incredible performance. What a comeback here for Loud on the energy.
Ethan bhai.
Nonetheless, let's talk about how they make that happen.
Kya baat hai?
Is the player we've been watching out for heading into this match and he's having a
जो मैच डुबाए हो ना इतन भाई, जो मजा आ रहा है देख के ना, साला अभी चालू हो रहा था तीसरा मैच, I mean दूसरा मैच नहीं, हम एक लोटस भी देख ही लेते हैं. चलो दिखा दो फिर अब इथन भाई लोटस में कैसे हारते हैं. अब यहाँ तक आई गए तो हार ही जाओ.
You see it, the way that they do it is losing both of the pistols with an energy that was pretty much at match point for the last couple of rounds, and yet it was 5 rounds in a row. I believe there was a really good setup on how they wanted to go for these retakes that allows them to get the win. I love to see this version of Loud. I feel like we already knew how good they were on the attack side, how good they were at the
14 first kills, बताओ.
But on this second half, on this
उसके बाद भी डुबा दिए गेम.
that they're able to prove that they're also just that good at.
Sick paranoias on a retake as well. I think there's so much pressure going into Erde as his first time calling into VCTs, where not only you have to try to qualify to Sao Paulo.
आप तो बोले थे वन साइड हारेगी लाउड. अरे मैंने बोला था ना भाई, मेरी गलती. मैं बोल देता हूँ ना तो वैसा होता नहीं है. मेरे भाई तू भी जिंदगी में बहुत आगे जाएगा, 2 लैम्बोर्गिनी खरीदेगा.
And also defeat your champs in 2025 in energy on this map of Abyss that have been so strong on.
या जो भी तेरे फेवरेट कार है वो 4 बार खरीदेगा.
Confidence to me to think that they have what it takes to potentially make this a very competitive map on the third map of Lotus.
For your IGL to be under pressure, being down 1 map, and to keep going for these aggressive TPs, going for these aggressive plays, constantly trying to get those high grounds. Again, it's an Omen playstyle that we don't get the chance to see very often, especially for a situation like this one, and Erdi was making it happen like it was nothing.
Yeah, and that's the confidence we talked about, right? It's those young players who just, no fear, just send it, absolutely sending it, and then making it work.
पर्सनल चले. अच्छी विशेष दिया यार मेरी. All my best wishes to you.
On the server, like an incredible performance.
Luxio, first time ever that we see him on this Euro. This is the other secret that he told me when he was telling me that they wanted to play this map, is that he was going to be on that Euro first time ever, and he does such an incredible job. I think the easy thing would have been to put him on the chamber, to have him take a lot of that mid control, take those
भाई imagine,
as we've seen for other teams, but him
मैंने
being a little bit more
किसी को
active
बोला,
and being such a key part of how those
all the best मेरे भाई, तू एग्जाम में बहुत अच्छा करेगा.
Yeah, I mean he's not taking a step back from any of the shooting.
फिर इंस्टाग्राम पे डीएम आया, क्लर्ज भाई फेल हो गया.
You have to look at the replay of this round right here, the round winning here for Luxio and Loud, because he TPs all the way back towards Ivy when he's already found the information with the clone when they're shooting his clone away. Then he dimensional drifts back into the site to get the information and get the paranoia.
पर्सनल हो रही है.
Those are some of the things that off the fly, off the cuff, you don't see.
अकेले रहते घर पे. हाँ, ये मेरा घर है, या मैं जो चाहे वो कर सकता हूँ.
When we got that information that this is actually the first time in his pro career that he's playing Euro, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like just such raw talent, and you had the insight there. Okay, now I understand why you actually.
What's the insight on Lotus?
Okay, I'm sure you don't know. I don't believe you. That's all right. Well, we have seen energy in this past.
तो आप टीवी पे देख रहे हो? चैट कौन से डिवाइस पे देख रहे हो जरा बताओ मेरे को.
What do we know about Loud?
चैट से बात करने में मजा आता है भाई.
I think this is one of those where we can expect them
जिंदगी ऐटी होनी
do what they were
चाहिए.
doing in the group stage. To go back to that TKZ and Neon, I think today he's been switching a little bit more, playing on that waylay that we just got the chance to see for this composition that we saw in Abyss. But here, I think the Neon, that standard composition that has worked out for them, and the fast pace just fits them for this map perfectly. I know that we talk about energy.
iPad M5
on this map, both here in America, that one time.
देख रहे हो, कुछ बोले टीवी, कुछ बोले लैपटॉप, एक बोला iPad M5. चुपचाप से बोल सकता था iPad में देख रहा हूँ.
Yeah, I think
M5
this third map is just to focus on the protocols of cleaning up what could work for them in their strengths on this map of Lotus. For example, putting
तीनों पर चल रहा है, क्या बात है. तू ये मेरा भाई, MacBook M4 Pro.
It's none of that new flashy stuff with like a Phoenix. I don't think you'll see a
home theater.
It's just making sure you play to their strengths of
अंगार VC में ऐसे नहीं बोलते हैं.
to try to take this over.
Samsung refrigerator.
I mean, this is an energy that
iPhone 17 Pro Max. पापा उठ गए, उनके साथ ही बैठा हूँ। अंकल जी नमस्ते, गुड मॉर्निंग। आपका लड़का एकदम बहुत अच्छा है। संभव मेरा भाई जो है जिंदगी में बहुत अच्छे काम कर रहा है, वो दान भी करता है, सबकी इज्जत भी बहुत करता है, बहुत बढ़िया लड़का है। क्लच में नींद आ रही है, सो जा ना मेरे भाई। जियो फोन बटन वाला, होली शिट। चैट फिर इसके बाद स्ट्रीम पे सो जाना चाहिए ना मेरे को, फिर उठ के पैसिफिक देखेंगे। सैमसंग वॉच, आप वॉच में यूट्यूब पे देख सकते हो, होली शिट। कल भी वॉच पार्टी होगा, मेरे का इसका नहीं करनी हो। कल EMEA में BO5 है ना।
The back and forth between these two is going to be crucial to find out who is going to sub Pablo and if NRG will qualify for champions today.
Yeah, those IGLs have been going toe to toe. An absolute incredible feat from this young IGL to take it to Ethan like that. We're heading into map 3 and the winner will be heading to Brazil.
सोते हुए 20 की तो वॉचिंग आई जाएगी, उससे क्या मिलेगा? नहीं, मैं स्ट्रीम कंटिन्यूटी की बात कर रहा हूँ यार। सब एक ही माउस यूज करते हैं। नहीं मेरे भाई, अपना अपना लेके आते हैं। लग रहा भाई कल T1 तो पक्का जीतेगी ना। अबे कल पेपर एक्स जीतनी चाहिए भाई, कल पेपर एक्स जीत जाएगी तो भी अपन क्वालिफाई।
And some insane work on their defense side to deny NRG the chance to directly enter champions and book their ticket towards Sao Paulo for America's playoffs. South America's next generation is
इस टाइम अमेरिका वॉच पार्टी कैसे भाई? बिल्कुल अपनी फेवरेट टीम NRG को देखने आया हूं मैं।
Here in map 3, Luxo and Erde are fighting to make sure Loud stand at the heart of that new era, the era that might have
सब एक बोतल से पानी पीते हैं नहीं, एक बंदा रहता है ऐसे पिलाता है।
Neon, Sato, Spike, Blowzine, Erde and Luxo are refusing to be left behind. Both graduating in that they literally became age eligible to play in the league, but beyond that, playing on the LEV Academy together, going through that system. Tikazine comes up through the Crew Academy, and all of those guys born within 370 days of each other. And they are changing the complexion of VCT Americas, changing the complexion of Valorant globally. They are ushering in a new era of South American Valorant that everyone around the world has to contend with. NRG are confronting that head on. They bested Leviathan in that group stage, but an Erde who is determined to eclipse the success of his teammates from that LEV Academy of Neon and Blows is taking them to map 3, Lotus, after an astonishing comeback on Abyss. Find me one person who expected Loud to win that map. You can't do it.
And NRG now are trying to stand and slow down the wheel of time. Otherwise, this next generation threatens to overwhelm them and book their ticket to Sao Paulo. For Loud, it would no longer be somewhere they return to as an organization to rewrite history. It will be where this team, this roster, goes to create it, to write the new chapter themselves. That this is a top-tier map from NRG. If you love Brock and Scuba holding down the seaside, Odin Cringe, great defense sides, you would love NRG on this map. Enjoy.
Kiko back to the controller. The Jet experience is over. Loud are making the way in towards this A side.
All right, bro. 5-5.
Pure contact.
Kiko going to be dug out of this position, and Luke shows too fast.
Great Scuba.
Architecture is in place. Scuba gets
सी की तरफ क्यों भाग रहे हो भाई जब एक घुस गए वो लोग तो? वाह जी वाह.
Might have taken a duel here.
Contact किए थे क्या?
Tapped up heavily by Darker, who's playing
What a super low.
Loud trying to position themselves around that one-way in heaven. What is the approach from NRG going to be? Multiple players stacked up towards stairs. They have paint shells from Mata, the haunt to work with. They want to swing out of that smoke together.
Oh, David lining them up. The damage is real. And so is the threat. Scooby knows he's got no business being here. He tries to slam the door in his face.
Which region is more competitive? EME है सबसे ज़्यादा.
The sheriff at that angle. Davi comes up.
फिर तो खैर प्रीपरेक्स.
Off the back of his best game of the stage so far. Best game of his VCT career so far. He'd been grinding it out in Challengers Tier 2 for years before coming over towards this Loud team.
CGN Esports for a hot minute.
On account of his ex-teammate Bati coaching with Loud. Brings him on over and
Portuguese connection. Just like the Spice trade, mate.
He's been a great import player.
Push up here from NRG though on this rubble fight. There probably won't be much to be had. Luxo takes a shot and would fall off.
Shot.
If he wasn't out of his mind.
Why not one more? Surely the third
shot.
Guy.
Shot.
Yep, how about those?
Maybe the fourth. Maybe the fifth guy.
Luxo. देखा और भी है उसने और भी है टैप दबाओ देखो और भी है और भी है टैप दबाओ कहाँ से और भी ले सकता है सी से ले सकता है तो कहाँ से आएगा फ्लैंक से आएगा
all one shots to the marshal.
दिमाग लगाओ
Lambs to the slaughter as Luxo swings the axe.
Lotus can become an IGL's playground kind of map.
That's why we thought G2 would be so good on it. That's why we expected them to carry that brand of dominance until Loud absolutely blew them to smithereens.
13-1. They have displayed
It's not about how you aim. It's all about how good you take your duels.
The last time they played this map was against EG. They won a 13-1. This has always been at the top of NRG's pool.
Oh, there it is. The delayed ace from Luke Show, bro. Come on. Crazy work, bro.
Kick का promotion कर दिया उसने अपने.
In front of your teammates, you have the zoom stick. You have the sniffer. The ridiculous shirt. Behave.
उसने अपना kick का promotion किया देखो.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got a better one this time.
Yeah, by the way, just gets assault now. Bonus round AWP coming through.
Very cool.
No worries. How aggro. Do Loud want to take it towards C, given that Luke Show gets a lot of info towards A and also just jumps up and gets the pick. It feels like it's already beginning to spin out of control.
Loud is threatening to make a mockery of this game, Wyatt.
Can Brock lock this down? Just a little bit of presence from Loud shown, and immediately Thorns, Molly, NRG are feeling the heat. That util just comes down in an instant. Minute 10 still on the round, and that's enough time to let Luxo work for another pick.
Ooh, Brock. Big posy.
Important line for Brock here. Bam! Okay, gets his first swing at it.
Money!
Gets more than he bargained for. Now Scuba picks up where he left off. Spike down. That's a spike drop down in the open, but Luxo has read it well.
You can't be giving him back-to-back aces on round 3. Surely.
But what if he did?
Not. Well, it'll be good for the hype
chat, history.
Intro loud and you're screaming over it.
Just me screeching like a banshee. On a raise.
Alright, bro, give him CT. Give him CT. He's gonna ace again.
Was absolutely phenomenal on Abyss.
It's planted.
Engine room.
Planted. Luxo is going to ace again.
Unreal.
Yep, one more ace. One more ace. Both are contacting CT.
Permitted to take up there in Waterfall. Oh, that's a fourth. No way. Gets a tag through the masonry.
Nice. Holy shit.
And still crushing for NRG on their bye. Sent packing once more by this dynamic duo that is putting South America back in lights.
Somehow the B storyline of that round kind of overtook the most important storyline, which is NRG losing the anti-bonus, but the potential for the back-to-back ace was just too entertaining. So somehow within that, it feels like a bit of a loss.
Yeah.
Ended on a downturn for Loud, but in reality, they are up 3-0. They did just convert the bonus. The last time they played this map, they won 13-1 against G2.
जितने उन लोग ने ward नहीं देखे होंगे उससे ज़्यादा तो मैंने games देखे होंगे.
The timeout.
Bonkar's first timeout on Abyss was in round 22. Round 22.
बाप रे
He very quickly is reaching for the big red button because he feels what we all feel.
चेंबर के बारे में इसके लोटस में वही तो बोला लोटस में वो चेंबर खेल रहा है मतलब खत्म.
The momentum is building fast. That was the idea we had in mind coming into this game, that it is this Loud team built on momentum right now. This is a very young team. It was only into stage 2 that they cut all of the connective tissue from the Loud of the past, completely new roster.
There's no way NRG हार जाएगी.
okicici coming up from the academy team, a player like Darker, who was obviously there at the start of the year, someone that the LATAM scene has wanted to see in like Crew, for instance, but just in VCT for a long time. It is just a completely new crop of players. Decent stage, 3-2, blowout game against Furia. Feels like they have all the wind in their sails.
Top 10 things in VCT no one likes.
After map 1, it's like, well, I guess they ran into the perfect NRG.
Pause.
That despite being an uncomfortable meta, are 5-0. No one can stop them. But look at Loud now. We're on map 3, and we are all feeling what it seems like is inevitable right now.
There's an unease in the room.
Why Luxo got the game at 10-1. Holy shit, Luxo.
We're about to get comfortable. We're waiting to see what NRG's response to such audacity is going to be. So far, it's been getting shot in the face and falling over.
First game was just bad.
This one, though, is mostly featuring just Sheriff's pistols.
4-man stacked towards C.
A bit of contact will result in that molly going down. The
देख रहा हूँ Loud G3. भाई Luxo अभी double ace करते करते रह गया.
He's got so much ground.
Purki किया.
So close, and Mana is not ready for now. The trap shot is going to be sprung. They're going to rotate into this. Yep, there goes Scuba and Kiko. And Brock tries to interject, but frankly, he is silenced. Objection overturned.
There is just one little gap in the defense to be exposed, and Erde goes right through it. We have seen on his attack sides that he displays the ability to call the right moments for those extremely high tempo straight-up execs, but he also has displayed that he can slow the game down to the lowest of pace, find gaps in the defender's setup, and just have his team contact right through.
Nice, yaar. Op nikala kya?
Instance of that.
11-1-1. 1-1-1-1.
For Loud.
यार 3 लोग के तो अंडे नहीं फूटे अभी तक.
They want to fight towards A. Hell, they even have Brock right there with his setup, but the Odin to spam through the door.
Marta with an op. We're serious about taking contact here. Marta falls back off this now.
अरे Odin निकल गई ना भैया की.
Gutting to a moment so early in the piece. Still have this Viper ball though to play from to at least get some ground back. Look at this already. Look how active Luxo's getting over towards this B side.
Marta's already close to that.
Oh, good floating, Marta. Good floating.
It's that classic util little combo early on that nets NRG the advantage. Just throw in the paint shell with the Prowler back towards Rubble, exposes Erde. And it's just so heads up.
They're back.
To get back on that angle, expecting that a lurker, Luxo, he's going to try to make a play elsewhere and just catches him straight away.
Finally, that level of clinicality we've come to expect from NRG. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. And that's how you stop a runaway freight train.
Klurge में कुछ bet रखो ना अगर NRG जीत गई तो अपना सर मुंडवा लोगे हाँ.
So.
ये बच गया
है. Very important against this contact push. Makes a correct rotate early in the round. Have the defense side up might be what they need in terms of stopping.
Holy shit.
Scuba is seriously on point today. There were some people who definitely had questions about his performance earlier in the year, around kickoff Santiago time, but Champions time, he is seriously in form. This is one of the maps that I definitely hold in high regard as to being at the top of his individual pool as well. His defensive Viper play, and then in tandem with Brock's defensive Vice play. Last year, this was just like a guaranteed map when it felt for them. Easy lockdown on defense every single time. For a map that's considered attack-sided.
Itni sophisticated audience?
Haunt allowed himself to be pinged over on the A side.
Skirmisher mera bhai. Best player.
Made that pivot. The C side, which we know traditionally, Scuba and Brock are excellent at shutting down.
3 लोग सी आ गए. NRG का rotation बहुत heavy है.
Guess what? He's got his pet weapon. And preparing for a steel guard, and this would cut
Good
Loud
flash,
very
good
early
flash.
on. Paranoia catches on the 2, and there's Kiko, takes responsibility and converts him into eliminations. Now back over towards the round. Loud scrambling for answers.
NRG just have such a great understanding as to what was going to happen. Already positioned. That Paranoia setup. Scuba still just with the molly into the steel guard, and they know exactly what was headed their way and had the perfect plan cooked up to deny it. Feels like the onus is now going to be in Loud's hands.
They're going to save. There's just no...
They're going for a save.
They're going back from this.
Forced to save, and the momentum firmly halted by the NRG concrete wall defense that they will so often set up on this C side.
50.
It literally is the immovable object and the unstoppable force on Lotus. But inertia works the same for both.
Champs इस बार paper X निकाली कि देख लेना. Champs इस बार सबसे पहले paper X निकलेगी.
Want to exec on any map against any team. There's NRG on this seaside Lotus.
If you're trying to hit this seaside as well, while Scuba and
Paul
are playing well, having a good day, that ramps up the complexity even further.
Got all the tools online, Operator, Odin, Ultimates.
Round 7.
Wants to look that A side with the op. Shots exchanged.
भाई वो op contest करने गया है.
Since those first couple of rounds, Luke Show's been a bit quieter. NRG respecting that op position, but Luke Show is always asking for more.
That is bold. He is just walking out in the open. Of course, doesn't have the teleport, but...
Luke Show walk up कर गया. माडा को give up करना पड़ जाएगा वो position उसका.
Dangerous game. Stalker extends. That is a...
अरे बस भाई रोक दे Odin अपनी.
Normally that's back over towards
हाँ चलाए पड़ा है भाई Brock.
गोली नहीं बची भाई. Gives NRG some time if they need to re-establish.
Last 100 bullets.
Every time we go to the Brock Odin point of view and he's looking at a wall, feels like a kill's coming up. It feels like it's going to happen.
B split कर रहे.
I think NRG have cottoned on to this idea that there'll be a B pivot.
जबकि B में Ethan के पास है.
As soon as you hear the Odin, it makes you want to go somewhere else. I get it. Ethan out. That is a pretty important seize that's going to disrupt things heavily. 35 seconds left to land. It's going to be a pivot back towards this A side. Rips the showstopper. That's not an attractive prospect either.
Nice. NRG, they're so bad, bro.
Hail of bullets. And finally, Loud are out of options. They haven't used them. They've been stripped of them. And yes, the spike will remain out in the open for all to see.
When you're on those Loud player point of views, you can just see how impossible it is to play against NRG when they have everything operational. No matter where you go, they have adjusted this setup to deal with you. Go into A. Brock is ready there with the Odin.
Brock अकेला बंदा जो Odin खाली कर सकता है. अरे बाटू भाई ने खाली करी थी आज Odin भाई.
Cuts off your one lurk. You want to get in now that there's a crossfire set up from
300 गोली चलाया था 300.
Main. Hell no. So you go back to A. They've got the op, they've got like the... It's just
nice, yeah, good read from NRG.
You can go and feel safe. NRG are just happy to push and pull
उसमें भी ज़्यादा चिल्लाते
हैं.
Tennis.
Full
tennis audience.
Or sites with ultimates, a site with an op, it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
And this is why they are so good on the map. We are seeing it activated in these last 3 rounds.
Woo!
This last map, while also being, of course, the decider between NRG and Loud, answering us questions about succession, about the next generation of America's talent, is also an incredible showcase, potentially, of coaching. Bonkar's timeout stops the bleed for NRG, allows them to slow the game down, build a staging ground, and now they're 1 round away. This is really taking this opportunity to intercede. Plant some ideas in the heads of Loud.
It's at the end of Abyss.
किसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हो आपको यार?
There was a Romanilli timeout.
मैं आपका नंबर 1 सपोर्ट.
There was an adjustment from Loud where they were able to finally stop NRG on one of those A executes for the very first time, where they had just been running the Loud defense over. There was a round
for the sole reason.
Right out of the Romanilli timeout.
Of G2 qualifying.
He has been doing a great job today, pointing the team in the right direction. And that's all you have to do when you have the outrageous firepower of Loud. Just
point them in
the right direction.
Point them in the right direction. They will shoot. They will not miss. You don't have to worry about that.
Speaking of which, Luxo, first cab off the rank this round. And the only player out on the A side with the op.
And NRG not often concerned with controlling all the way towards Mound as Luxo goes down, because if you go in to see, enjoy, Brock and Scuba are there.
That was equal parts breathtaking and deflating, which I suppose aren't antonyms, but it feels like Luxo is really overextending on this A side to get
Bro, Viper is
going.
such a good pick on this map.
It's like a Viper. Loud, striking with speed versus the Anaconda of NRG, who are just suffocating the life out of them. And in the long game, it's the Anaconda that wins.
Even
Loud
Viper
been
खेलना
able to
चाहिए.
navigate to the open site.
तीन side वाले map पे बहुत
like
मस्त है
a
भाई.
rarity as of late. A 5-on-4. They're going to need to fight forward, take space somewhere, find an advantage. Could it be off this drop? No,
not into Brook.
Hell no. That is not going to happen.
They've got no upper presence either. They're caught out on the side. Brook eventually falls, but he has left more than a mark.
इसको क्या लगा? तीन लोग का ये तोड़ने
It is a seething scar to the hide of Loud, and Davi, good as he has been lately, has no business being here whatsoever.
Good comeback.
It's an even game. And Scuba gets the defuse. 4-4 after 8.
Lotus, much like Ascent, just one of those maps that allows.
मैं भी NRG को support कर रहा हूँ. Wow.
Luxo is way out there. Yeah, it's very basic.
The dry peaks from Luxo with the op have not been working out. Mata is
इको कब आएगा बे Loud का?
in control of the
पैसा ही पैसा है क्या? एक half buy करेंगे पूरा.
Ahead of the sides. How are they supposed to push off them and get set
MIBR
up?
कैसे करेगी qualify? MIBR को qualify करने के लिए सबसे पहले सबको सोना पड़ेगा. और एक साथ सपना देखना पड़ेगा.
Scuba knew Erde would stick that.
Loud do succeed at getting some of this util out. Pit going down from Scuba, but it offers
छोड़ेंगे
a moment for
Scuba is
Tickets to get
late with that all, bro.
Scuba further
और
away,
कितना
so C-site is taken, but the bodies drop in multiple locations, and it's going to be done for Loud.
Mata and Brock in a kill feed. Op and Odin. That has been the story for NRG so far. It is raw stopping power against this reckless pace from Loud. Now they're going to have to try and walk out and get this plant. Mata will be smoked off the line, has to speculate with a shot through that smoke.
Alt का Ethan का एक पे.
But there's going to be spam aplenty. Erde now out in the open, getting peeked from everywhere. What? This is painful.
किसी को तो लगा.
So difficult for him.
Davi को shot लगा बे Mata का.
Hit with the blind. No chance to plant. 44 seconds, so plenty of time, but
अरे भाई सब लोग एक HP है.
decayed down. Dangerous now is eventually that Odin will
There
sting
is
them.
no safe position.
to
It
go for a
just
save
doesn't
again, bro.
exist. Any corner you might
11-1 था
be,
जब
you are
आपने
about to
बोला
get
था.
stand down
अब
by
11-5
Brock.
है.
Double swing, not bad. That's Brock felled. Still 4 to get through though. Make that 3. Odin now back up on the site. Spike to head. And there's a plant opportunity here as that waterfall presence was neutralized. Here comes the Viper's Pit. Darker gets that one down, but Ode's disrupted. He can still plant. That was a satchel now used, but Ode can still plant. There's going to be pressure as Darker will be the one to hold the door against this tide of interlopers. Spike planted, still within this Viper's Pit. Darker can use his ultimate great effect here. Up on the box, Ode was at 7 and now he's down. And Darker at 8.
Boy!
Reaches for the sidearm, but Kiko outlasts him. And NRG refused to be stopped on this streak of 1 rounds. That is 5 in a row.
Man, I'm impressed that in a situation that looked impossible to
they can qualify if they come top 2.
Darker, are they able to put the pieces together to bring it back to a one-on-one?
Sapne.
They set up that double peek first to deal with Brock.
Opponents कौन आएंगे पता है
and then
उनके?
are somehow able to play around the pit on site. They're getting pushed. The satchel stops the
Loud
plant.
लग
So many
सकती है.
great micro decisions that allow them to bring it that close. I mean, that
130
feels like
आ
evidence
सकती
that
है.
they are still
LEV भी आ सकती
absolutely
है. क्या पता?
dialed into the max. But they are running into
पहले
this
easy से जीते
NRG
भाई.
brick wall defense, a map where they just
Second भाई
excel,
2
where their
मैप में
style
15
of
किल
play
मारेंगे तो
takes
कहाँ
over.
जीतने वाले?
And Luxo's attack side op hasn't been able to get value. Last 2 rounds in a row has been picked off, trying to wide swing, get into aggressive spots. Scuba now going to try and fight ahead of this, but Ticketing slides on in. The stun almost undid
Kiko निकाला भी, good ult, good ult. Beautiful TP!
Chico with a reposition. undoes Loud. The spike now loose here on the sixth
हाँ कसम NRG body कर रही है बे.
Loud have to salvage a desperate round.
No matter the pace, even when they
holy shit, they're so bad, chat.
Fast round, good time for it. Brock isn't there with the Vice setup. They're still getting shut down. The rotates from NRG still come in so quickly. Kiko and Ethan just supporting on the side.
Loud was 4 round की team थी.
But maybe an opening.
Trigger discipline from Darker.
देख लिया था.
But Brock is felled, and now you're on a clock. This it's gonna have to force a push out from NRG. The wide swing is good.
लेके गया था. Bro, that was risky. That was hella risky, chat.
Darker in a 1vx. We saw him find 4.
He can cloud the cross.
Winnable Darker के लिए.
The clock though, 22 seconds.
So winnable for Darker भाई.
Before this drops.
20 सेकंड में B plant भी कर सकता है वो. Why would you peek that? Why would you peek that, bro?
They're not giving him an inch. 12 seconds now. Forced to rotate backside, taps it, wants to bait someone in, wants to find that first kill, and he does it!
He's gonna take the fight! He's gonna go for it and almost gets there, but Kiko posts another successful clutch. 4 kills for him, and NRG, since Bonkar's timeout, have posted 6 straight round wins.
A tragedy that Darker loses back-to-back 1v1s.
But Aspas didn't miss single champs yet. This time करेगा ना bro.
1v1 clutch wins.
KRX भी आज तक कोई भी champions miss नहीं करी थी.
Difficult situations to close them out. Already dealing with multiple other players. Goes down to the last one. And he just can't close.
You have to have that resilience to tangle with NRG over a 3-map series. Just one win, as exciting, as explosive, as revelatory as it was on Abyss, is not enough to down our reigning champions. You have to go all 3 with some of the best players the world has ever seen.
Even Fnatic too.
Allowed to use that second timeout to try and get back to parity before halftime kicks in.
Scoreboard right now is reminiscent on the Loud side to earlier this year when they were able to compete at their highest level. It was always the duo of Luxio and Darker putting up numbers together. The difference between that Loud team and the Loud team we're seeing now, though, is massive. Can't be understated. The addition of tikicici working for a longer period of time, bringing in Erde late in the stage as their IGL. Davi has shown the potential.
वो t-shirt दिखा दिया ना तभी
But you have to look at those 3 guys take it up to the next level. To some extent, man, can't blame tikicici. This guy has to get in first against this NRG defense. That's a nightmare. Last role I want to play is Neon against NRG on this map.
And there it is again.
Brutal.
tikicici shut down, caught at the door by Scuba. And
यार first time VCT देख रहा हूँ, क्या बात है?
Now you've lost that crosshair break potential.
Welcome मेरे भाई. Best team VCT में G2 है.
Lost it, and for what? There's basically no util expended from NRG. Wall still up, thorns are still up, set up across the map.
Every international.
Every defensive tool available. NRG, yeah, let's just shift back into our paranoia main setup. Scuba jiggling with the molly. Brock has everything. Here's the op. Where do you go? Where do you turn?
Darker does not have the util to give him an edge in this fight. It's a held angle by an operator player. It's only the wall he can throw up and try and sneak a little closer, but he will have to
एक भी miss नहीं करेगा.
With the humble giant. There's a B hit on the way. We know how hard it can be to hold this site against the Odin.
30 seconds left.
Brock might play ahead of this though now. Thorns come out.
भाई एक का contact ही नहीं हो रहा है.
Yes. Odin's able to get into the side now. Ethan has to fight for his life. It ends up being a 2-for-2. Ultimately favouring NRG, but Loud now can win it. It's Marta though, whose patience is that of a donkey with a concrete behind. It's going to be Davi now who has to try and tempt fate around that corner, and Scuba is not interested in your fairy tales.
Loud just trying to locate gaps in the defense.
G2 थोड़ा अमेरिका में चोक कर जाते हैं, इंटरनेशनल में तो भर देते हैं. हाँ, 4 इंटरनेशनल ट्रॉफी.
It's just brutal to lose tikicici straight away.
3-peat.
Whatever plans you had for that attack side, out the window.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Done. 5 seconds into the round.
Especially if you're hoping to have the pace that gets ahead of this Vice util. It's not going to happen.
Maybe if Darker gets that catch on Mata, maybe, but You are going up against an Opper who in this game is displaying some acute awareness. He only has 6 kills on the board, but you can feel the impact of his op so heavily, and the kills that he's getting at the time he has gotten them have always been high impact. The impact is so outsized compared to the actual number on the board.
And that is 2 loud timeouts in the first half of this map that have not been able to generate a positive result. They are out of them.
Shot! Oh, Klurge!
A 2-for-1 charge. And that feels like it shuts the door on Loud and threatens to shut the guillotine on their necks. Tikazine at least is still alive after early doors, which has been a rarity on this map so far. But the climb is steep. The job is tough. But he's got some pace. Can he break this crazy op? Hold on! That is filth! That is absolutely nasty! Marta's going to sit and wait for another one to step up. Ethan finds the 5th, and that's a flawless round off the half. NRG!
Toughest region in your opinion,
with their trademark brand of inevitability with an insane 8-round streak.
1 timeout call from Bonkar, and he got to kick his feet back and relax.
Up front B, he'll walk right into my crosshair there.
Correct.
And he just knew. The Mata op
Bol ke mara, dekh rahe ho?
rounds. That Vice Viper duo, Scuba and Brock, are just so effective at locking it down.
Kuch nahi, Balti bhai, Balti nahi, kya naam tha? Sorry. Iska naam Balti nahi tha.
Need to dig even deeper to come back on Lotus, a map that has always been at the top of NRG
Loud jeeti thi.
And they are playing like they are hungry to make it to Sao Paulo and champions.
Ko ek saath pick
karte 8-4 NRG lead on Lotus by 4 rounds to move to the attack side. Do not go anywhere.
चार जीतने के बाद कैसे हार गए बे? चट 3 घंटा हो गया. 3 घंटे में से 1 घंटा तो टेक पॉज था.
Out outside in the playoff heat, and I have a question: who is going to win today, NRG or Loud?
I think it's NRG. Yeah.
NRG.
NRG, bro. NRG's been doing it longest, the better, bro.
Has to be NRG, dude. Mata's too good.
Okay. NRG, of course. Mata is the best duelist.
2 साल से ब्रोंज हूँ मैं, गोल्ड कैसे जाऊँ? तपस्या. अबे एम से ही कर लो यार, एम पे काम करो, सब सही हो जाएगा. जब से ओडन चालू किया तब से एक भी राउंड नहीं आया लाउड का.
On the other side of this tumultuous map, NRG are eyeing off not only a spot at our Americas Finals in Sao Paulo, but an immediate entrance into Champions. A win here qualifies them for the biggest event of the year, a chance to renew their claim at a championship.
Loud made us all believers on Abyss. They ran it back at the end of that game, proved that they have resilience, that they have heart, and that they have what it takes to beat the world champions on their own map pick. But on a third map,
love from Rajkot. Love you, mere bhai.
They repeated.
Ooh, good trade!
Holy shit! Brock with the Sheriff. Easiest game of Clue I've ever played.
Crossing Luke Show jinda nikal liya.
This headhunter, Luke Show's been stunning with it.
Just go to the flank and he's getting pushed.
Just not a timing he was ready for. He has no information about that A-side presence, and NRG are off to the races.
Darker has had the clutch attempts. He's come up so close multiple times, down to 1v1s, but he couldn't close it out. Must win round for Loud.
Darker निकालता है 1v2.
NRG relegated
बहुत ही winnable है.
Double posted up.
How does he beat a double face with a ghost? This would have to be some insane aim transfer.
And he has to be concerned about so many potential locations on site. Of course, it's a possibility that they're just crossfire someone to drop. He needs to
एक angle check करने के लिए वो.
Time ticking.
A tap. Maybe if there's bad space
निकाला.
he can punish it. Inches up, and there's Ethan. The second pistol round of Lotus, won by NRG. 4 rounds away from the dub.
this exchange early on that defines the round. Brock with the Sheriff. One of the best pistol round players in the world comes up.
भाई आप VCT कब खेलोगे? मेरी उम्र हो गई है मेरे भाई.
Closing out this game now.
16-17 साल के बच्चों का गेम है अभी.
Onto the eco. Surely NRG go up to 10, right?
Why NRG? 9 rounds in a row जीती है chat. 9 rounds in a row. ये लोग अबिस पे मैच खत्म कर सकते थे, पर ये लोग सालों को लोटस टेस्ट करना था अपना. कैसे खेलते हैं हम लोटस, आओ चेक करके देखते हैं. बेशरम. Time waste.
They just don't pick the right location this time.
Tough to gamble that correctly, and now we are going around the world. This will virtually flip the map on Loud and make them feel and look a little silly.
भाई कांटेक्ट कर करके स्पॉन पहुंच गए.
The anchors who are entrenched on the seaside, except do they know?
There are no anchors.
Bro, this is hella good calling.
At June.
This is some hella good calling, bro.
Someone might collect.
Surely not.
No one is watching.
Yep. Oh, he's seen them. Oh, it's a disaster. Rooful and shell shock. Luke Show is greeted with the company on the kill feed.
Good read.
And all there is to do is go to face the music.
Good read.
Likely meet his Valorant maker.
Around 3, we were expecting to get back-to-back Luke Show aces. Since then,
18-year IGL versus veteran IGL.
Serious mark on the game.
He has just the right amount of bullets.
पता ही नहीं है गेम में क्या चल रहा है. Idea नहीं है.
Is an issue, and Luke Show has to diligently clear these angles if the defenders are distributed.
सबने decide करके मारा. ये तेरा, ये मेरा, ये तेरा.
Group up on Mound and greet him with the firing squad.
And we set it towards the top of ascent.
Next round.
That Luke Show in this second stage absolutely making a case as being the best America's player of stage 2. He is up there
Bro, हंस रहे होंगे.
With the likes of Sato,
Neon,
Asma, the Phoenix run that he's having right now. Luke Show is in that conversation, but it is going to be determined by what Loud can accomplish in the playoffs.
Lambs to the slaughter.
Ridiculous little round, but this is
where you need Luke Show to
absolute elite form.
God damn it, Adam. All good, all good. Guys, suffocate.
Everyone get out, everyone get out.
Round 15 is a dire picture for Loud. We're going to try and fight more aggressively on this A side of the map, though. Kiko with a paranoia ready to go.
4-man fight है दोनों तरफ
as far
से.
as I can tell. All of Loud are grouped up here. They're in the right
5-man
place. Now can they stick the landing?
Ronaldo!
Get that one. Now Mata has just fully infiltrated Tree, getting into the paranoia is great to push out a back.
Beautiful
He takes his
flash.
own medicine now, isn't he? That paranoia is bang on, and Darker and Luke Show with
Nice,
these
Ethan
rifles
cult भी है.
have to do something special.
CT आवाज भी आ गई.
Oh, the spam is good, at least for the one. Darker is so ready for this swing from Brock as a beat on him.
Sees him.
Can't connect. 1 versus 3 for Luke Show.
Why is it always me?
We're back.
That's the question.
Back to the pistol round, man. Just multiple players stacked up in Tree, has to clear drop.
Teleport's ready.
It's always you, because you're the only one who can, mate. 2 in Tree, footsteps heard. Scuba confirms Luke Show's position with that shoulder peek, and now we are simply playing the waiting game. Luke Show, though, not interested. Mows down Kiko. Gonna be here. Brock trying to go for the spam, and he gets him. Another heartbreaker for Loud, who still can't get off those 4 rounds at the start of the map. I'm saying it again, there is levels to this. They might have turned G2 inside out on this map, made them look like a pinata. But this is NRG. This is World Championship caliber, renewed with Kiko joining the ranks. They're reaching higher this year.
Nice, bhai. Kill rahe.
Translation, Wyatt?
You got that one?
No, you.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me the translation.
No.
Loud
Leave it up to
forced into
imagination.
this. Might be their last chance. Luke Show is caught straight away.
खत्म है. Loud lower bracket में रह जाएगी.
Shut down.
Doing the most. Nice there from Dark. He's also able to find something on the wrap through from the C side. Loud are going to be ahead of the curve when it comes to getting to A. In a 3 versus 3. Best chance it feels like they've had in quite a number of rounds. It's been scrappy, but that's how they're going to win. That's how they're going to come back.
Newest players to Loud, the players that transform this team, is taking them to that next level, and now they have to keep them in the game in this 3 versus 3. The Nightfall connection might be too much to overcome. The clock is draining low, and they haven't even made inroads onto the site.
Davi just caught on his own. Tikizine was decayed down, but he's ready to fight again. There's Kiko stopping power, and it's Scuba, the clutch master. 82% KAST gets a bump.
Stats के साथ
are 1 map away from Sao Paulo.
Caster stats के साथ बताया.
Loud made it seem like Abyss was going to completely turn the tides of this series, running it back at the end of that map, and then starting this one off, pistol round 1, bonus round conversion, and since then it has just been all NRG, 12 rounds in a row. World champion pedigree. Like you said, there are levels to this. Loud have shown the promise, but NRG have the experience.
And the pedigree. Now, it's a matter of finding the place to land this plane. Is it on round 17? Still guarding for Brook. Lucho with that tour de force being reached for. The final game.
पे लगाया 3 लोग 4 लोग kill
on their star player, and he delivers an important opener.
Mada call take
Love to get close to that
सिर्फ और मिला
some aggression from Loud. Aggression unpunished. Davi tucks back behind the wall.
16 HP रहा Mada बताओ.
And it results in Mada being down to 16 HP. Loud's best opportunity.
देखो तब 0-4 था. अब 12-4.
Advantage, health advantage.
Finally एक round आता होगा.
The weaponry leaves a little to be desired. You can see Mada thinking about the future there as he gets that orb secured and satchels away, takes a ton of damage for his trouble. We don't sell fakes with the Steel Garden, do we, bro? Ain't no way. Luke Show. Honestly, uncharacteristically wayward on that shot. Can't make up for it after now. The opening is there. NRG trot into this seaside.
CT मिल गया.
Everything that has given the showstopper.
Oh, they're going back towards A.
What?
10 में 2 kill निकाला है वो. Brock पे
at least
आते.
achieves that player parity again. We're bouncing back to this A side. This has to be fast for NRG. It's going to be a photo finish to get this plant down. But Ethan has the plan.
Loud are going as fast as possible. Tikazine has the overdrive and gets sent in.
No, that's
अरे मो कसम क्या calculated था ये.
And so we're in a post plant. All of Loud grouped up.
भाई फेंकना जरूरी था वो.
Putting their faith in one another, but the Steel Garden is going to strip
जाम
their
कर दिए
weaponry.
2 second के लिए Ethan भाई ने.
Or threaten to do so. Tikazine gets on out.
और
This
लिया.
place has been given up, and here comes
Scuba
Scuba.
की बनाने के लिए.
Fast push now, overdrive active, and there's Brook falling. Scuba, though, is the wild card here. Darker going to check for him. He had his weapon out. Scuba's going to be given a stay of execution. A chance to fight. It's on Ethan. Fearless leader can't get onto the spike. And Loud find themselves a lifeline.
Relief of finally
भाई
putting
Ethan
one
भाई
on
फनाटिक ही
the
खेल
board.
रहे ना सीधा. Next year contract आ रहा
Still
है.
have 7 rounds, 7 chances to close this game out. They have made so many teams in the last year victim of ridiculous comebacks, a hallmark of their run to the 2025 Champions win. I don't think it's likely that they're going to allow anyone do that to them. Not in this war, not the way that they're playing Valorant.
Bonkar's last time out started a 12-round winning streak for NRG that has only just now been snapped. There's something about it. There's an ethereal quality to it. And Bonkar is all about securing this victory without any further bloodshed, making this as comfortable a finish to the series as possible.
ओ चैट मैं इसके बाद सोने आऊंगा. अगला मैच नहीं देख रहे अपन क्योंकि पैसिफिक भी देखना है आज. पैसिफिक के दोनों मैच देखने एक्चुअली लास्ट डे आज पैसिफिक का. फिर उसके बाद क्या बोलते हैं उनका फाइनल स्टार्ट हो जाएगा और फिर उसके बाद EMEA का भी लोअर फाइनल्स है. इसीलिए ज्यादा ये करने से अच्छा थोड़ा सो जाता हूँ. 6 बजे भी अगर नींद लग जाती है मेरे को
on the opposing side you're looking at Loud, a
6.5
young
घंटे सो
team
सकता हूँ.
in a
Let's
position they've
freaking
never
go,
found themselves in
That's
before.
good
The
enough.
deepest VCT playoffs run for any of them, even for Luke Show. This is his 3rd playoffs match.
मैं कौन सी डिग्री की आपने? बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट दोस्त.
VCT, which feels crazy to think about.
कान में विनेबल
but
बोल
that
के
is where
आओ.
they find themselves against one of the best America's teams to ever play the game.
Loud wanted to know what their ceiling was.
इको राउंड है ये तो विनेबल है.
This round, there'll be a bird on the windshield of it. Here's Luke Show aware, though there's a TP over to the side. He's having to get out. But can he fight his way from that position? No, Marta overwhelms him with the ghost. And now NRG are...
वो एक गन है माडा के पास. अल्ट भी है.
So quick to collapse onto Luke
Bro,
Show.
if they get 2 picks, they win the game.
The fight gets the dink, but it's
Oh,
on
the nade is big.
with a U-tilt.
The nade is
What a
big.
season-made combination.
Alter.
Marta play up against this as well. They're so low and it moved down. 19 days. 1 playoff series and not a single sign that NRG have forgotten how to win. Loud arrived fearless. NRG lead.
Champions qualified है ये लोग.
Booking their ticket to Sao Paulo and, importantly, creating a spot for themselves at Champions.
Loud absolutely tested them in that series. The comeback on Abyss, putting NRG's backs against the wall, but when it comes
Champions
to
qualify हो गए लोग.
that they have thrived
Welcome to
on
Champs
since
again.
this
One more time Champions winner. Yes sir. NRG Gaming. Yes sir. चलो दोस्तों मिलते हैं पैसिफिक की वॉच पार्टी में 1:30 शार्प. गुड नाइट. टेक केयर दोस्तों. नेक्स्ट गेम जो भी देख रहे हो देखो, जो सो रहे हो गुड नाइट है सबके लिए. मैं देख सकता हूँ मेरे अंदर ताकत है पर फिर मैं पूरे दिन सड़ जाऊंगा, मतलब क्योंकि आज का दिन लंबा है. पैसिफिक के भी 2 गेम्स है, EMEA का एक बड़ा गेम है, तो वो दिन सड़ ना जाए इसीलिए मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं एक अच्छी नींद लेके आऊँ, और एक अच्छी नींद लेके आना बहुत ज़रूरी रहेगा मेरे लिए. चलो गुड नाइट है दोस्तों. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. इट वाज अ ब्यूटीफुल गेम. मस्त टेक पॉज वाला गेम था, मज़ा आ गई देख के. मिलते हैं दोस्तों दोपहर के टाइम. गुड नाइट.